Mason, do you like Netflix but find it really disappointing that they have zero comics?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't before, but now that I think about it, you've just immediately put a comic book shaped hole in my heart.
In your
right
Netflix-sized heart?
Yeah.
All right,
That's
good.
right.
Well,
Thanks for not giving me a solution.
Well, Mason,
End of ad.
I wouldn't bring up something if I didn't have a solution. That's not true. But for this time, I do have a solution.
Oh, yeah?
Comic Blitz. They're called they're like the Netflix of digital comics.
Yeah.
For $7.99 a month, they provide access to thousands of comics and graphic novels from publishers such as IDW, Top Cow, Valiant, Dynamite, and more. So we're talking titles like Transformers,
Yep.
G.I. Joe,
Exo Man of War. We're talking Bloodshot.
That's right.
I got some.
Go, keep going. Never stop.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Great Garth
Love
Ennis,
it.
The Boys.
James Bond.
Quantum and Woody.
Yeah,
That's a
I
classic.
love Quantum and Woody.
From back in the day. Yeah.
Star Trek. My Little Pony.
Oh, very good.
And a bloody whole lot more.
Bob's Burgers is on.
Okay,
bloody,
cool.
Yeah, great.
That James Bond comic's good at the moment, isn't it?
Real
I read
good.
the first run.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Anyway,
He's a bad bloke.
Yeah, he's in it.
It's good.
That's the best way to do it, though.
Yeah,
Just
that's
make
right.
him a bad bloke. It's now available for iOS devices. Comic Blitz is, and it's currently in beta. And it's currently available for beta on Android, and it should be available late January, early February 2017.
Yeah, man.
Also, you can get on laptops and desktops. If you sign up today, though, Mason, with the promo code WeeklyPlanet,
That's us.
One word. That's us. You get your first 3 months for $1 a month.
$3 for 3 months.
Yes.
Crazy.
So that's thousands of comics for only $1, and you can read them offline. You can rate, review, share, and a whole lot more. They're aiming to build the world's largest comic store and give everybody access to what's inside.
Let me tell you, bloody hell. Yeah. That's real good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's promo code WeeklyPlanet. That's at checkout, and yeah, it helps support the show. And
Yeah, man.
It's pretty good.
Give it a whirl.
Especially because if
For $1.
if you're in Australia and maybe it's a summertime, or maybe if you're in the northern hemisphere and you're having a winter time, any time is fine to read a lot of comics. I say
They're not seasonal comic books in a way.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with the show.
Yeah, man.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, Nicholas Mason.
Oh,
no.
It's so early. No, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. It's so early. It's what's today? It's Boxing Day morning.
Yeah.
We've run down from our racing car bunk beds and we've come down to the man cave
Regular
for our
yes.
Boxing Day presents.
Correct.
Which is us doing a podcast. Do you think any other podcasts get up to do a podcast at 9 a.m? Do you think we're the only ones who are just get up?
Definitely not. No, podcasters aren't renowned for their...
There's got to be one group, there's got to be one pair who they get up at 7 a.m. and they do some sit-ups and push-ups and they throw the medicine ball about.
Yeah, it's probably some fitness shit or something. But that's the thing with podcasts. You can do them whenever.
Yeah.
We normally do them at night.
Yeah. Sometimes we do it in an opium den.
That's right.
Who's going to stop us?
Nobody. We should mention as well, this is the last episode for the year. And I thought we were doing 2 more, but next week is January. So...
Surprise.
Then it all starts again.
Yeah.
Never stops, does it?
Nah.
Just goes on and on. But
Life.
I'm going away until this, but we'll be back on the 16th of January. But in between here and now, Raw Collins is putting together
The great man,
That's right.
Robert Collins,
a best of 2016.
at the Weekly Planet.
That's right. So if you'd like...
If you ever receive any pertinent information about this podcast from at the Weekly Planet, that's not
That's
us.
him, yeah.
That's him.
If you need to know what's going on, ask him instead of us, because he'll have a better idea. So that'll be either, I think, maybe next week or the week after, or sometime between now and then. But just so everybody knows, we will be back. I just need a bit of a break. I'm going away. And the other thing is, I know people might not love this, but I'm thinking of, we talked about this yesterday, moving the show to a Tuesday, released on a Tuesday morning in
Australia.
In Australia, which means it would be Monday day for a lot of other parts in the world.
Yeah.
Simply because I do a video on a Sunday and we also record on a Sunday, and so I have to kind of rush to get everything done.
It had literally never occurred to me that your name is Mr. Sunday Movies because you release a video on Sunday.
Every Sunday, baby.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So you have a massively packed weekend.
I do, yeah.
So
Just giving me that little bit of leeway would would kind of help. And I know people like, oh, they like it on a Monday morning or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I'm not saying we will do it definitely, but it's just something that just might make my life just a fraction easier. Yeah. If people are okay with that. Probably
I'm
not.
not.
All right. It's been a good year though, Mason, but one bit of bad news we got, just as things are wrapping up, Carrie Fisher suffered a massive heart attack on a flight, on a domestic flight 15 minutes before landing.
Yeah.
And as a result, she was hospitalized. And I think at the time of recording this, she's still in hospital, which I think she might still be in the ICU. There's not a lot of information coming out.
No.
The fact that she's alive is good, obviously.
That is great, yeah.
Because it's one of those things where as soon as that happened, there was reports that she wasn't breathing for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's rarely good.
Yeah.
That being said, that report came from people who were there, but not...
Yeah. And look,
Yeah.
as of 2 hours ago, Debbie Reynolds, which is Carrie Fisher's mum, on Facebook said that she's in stable condition. If there's
Great.
any change, the family will share the information at that time.
Yep, excellent.
So- Best wishes to her.
Bloody oath.
She is one of the toughest people in Hollywood, so
Yeah,
I
you know
imagine
it.
she's going to get out of this.
Yeah.
So.
Fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. Bloody hell. Got some even worse news if that's
Oh,
possible.
no.
Just something that really...
Is it the Emoji Movie?
It is. Really... What did you think of that trailer?
Look, I didn't hate it.
What?
Yeah.
What are you
Because
talking
I love
about?
Stephen Wright, who's the voice
Yeah,
of the
he's-
Met emoji.
But it's just
Look,
like...
I don't think it's going to be any good.
No.
Maybe it'll surprise us, though.
It won't. You know what? Sony should be ashamed of themselves. Normally, I'm like, hey, man, anything can be good or whatever. You know, obviously give everything a chance. But everyone involved in this should die in a fucking ditch.
Wow.
Like,
even,
it's
even
ridiculous.
Stephen Wright, great dead cat.
Okay, no,
fan
you know what? The
comedian.
people who greenlit this should die in
Okay,
a
right.
ditch.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because there are some good names in it.
TJ Miller's in it.
TJ, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Alana Glazer from Broad City's in it.
Okay, all right.
James Corden from Stuff. I don't know. I don't know what he's in.
He's in sitting in a car and singing a song.
Oh, he's that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, right. Yeah. Mhm.
Actually, that's some good names in it.
Right?
yeah. That being said, I just hope this doesn't do well to teach everybody a lesson.
Yeah.
To be like, this isn't okay.
Look, I like the people who are involved in this.
Did you like the
but-
trailer? They had the poop emoji.
Yep.
That's a good joke.
That is a low blow. You're right. And look, there has never been a movie with so little, like an adaptation with so little premise. Battleship is about the same,
Yeah.
I feel.
Battleship might be less.
No, but there's rules.
There's rules. Yeah, emoji's just like, I look like a cupcake.
That being said, you can give them personalities.
Yeah, I guess.
That being said, I don't think they're going to be very good personalities. That being said, I'm not going to watch it. So I didn't watch Sausage Party. I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I understand that. What are they doing? And then we're getting Pez. Pez is covered up.
What?
Yeah, we've talked about the Pez movie, haven't
Probably.
we? Yeah.
But I don't remember things on this.
Yeah, so it's... I don't know how that works. Like, so you got the faces of whoever on just a Pez dispenser's body.
Correct.
When they shoot Pez at each
They'll
other.
be jumping about and shooting Pez at each other.
God, okay.
Maybe they'll be in people's pockets.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're bringing back Who Framed Roger Rabbit style, real life people, animated Pez. It's
Wow.
high time for that, I
I
think.
think so, yeah. Get Robert Zemeckis back.
Yep.
He'd bloody love it. He hasn't made anything good in
Yep,
a while, has
get
he?
Bob Hoskins back.
Yeah,
He hasn't made anything good in a while.
Oh, no.
No, he's...
Actually, Zemeckis, didn't he make something good this year?
Maybe.
Can't remember. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did. Jesse Eisenberg, it's been confirmed he'll be returning as Lex Luthor for the Justice League movie. We're 3 for 3 on bad news, aren't we?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Maybe he'll be changed. Maybe they'll kind of like, he'll be more Lex Luthor-y than he was.
Maybe prison's changed him.
Yeah.
Certainly changed his hair.
Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. Is that what they do when you go to prison? They shave your head immediately? Is that a thing? I mean, it's a comic book universe. There's also a Batsuit man running around, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Look, I imagine they shave your head. In the DC universe, I imagine they shave your head to make sure you're not a clone. You haven't cloned yourself to send your clone
So you
into
got like a
prison.
barcode
It's got
in
a
the back of your
barcode,
head.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah. They check all your orifices just in case you have a Green Lantern ring up there or anything like that, you know?
Sure. No, I can understand
So many
that.
people have escaped because they've just brought in a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah. So, look, I guess
He boxing gloved his way out of prison.
it was inevitable that he's going to come back at some point, though.
Mm-hmm.
I know me and you and a lot of other people pushed for, because there is a Lex Luthor Senior in this world. Get
Yeah.
him in. Like,
Which we assumed would be going to somebody like Powers Booth
that's
or...
right, or Bryan Cranston,
Bryan
or
Cranston, yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
So, look, maybe they'll change it up. I don't think he'll be in it much, because
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of, there's mother boxes and aliens and Dark
Yeah,
Side and a bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
other stuff. So, I don't think he's going to be a huge player, but, he exists in this
Yeah,
universe.
he might even be, pulling the strings from prison.
Right, yeah.
Which means we see him very little, which would be good. Robert
the-
Zemeckis produced Allied this year.
Hello, who's in that?
That is Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard.
Oh, I heard that's good. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Okay,
And he
good.
produced The Walk across the Empire State Building, across the towers.
Is that from this
one?
year? I thought that was
2015.
last year. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did you, speaking of Bryan Cranston, did you see Why Him?
No.
Question mark?
I didn't see.
Why him?
I haven't seen Arrival, so I'm not seeing why him.
Yeah, exactly, right?
What about it?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
I just thought of Bryan Cranston.
I did watch. We talked about this earlier. I was editing last night and I watched This Is the End.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The end. Which is that? Which one's that?
This is the end. Is the whatever the American Bro Pack? What are they currently called?
I don't know.
One?
Yeah,
those
the James
guys.
Franco, Seth Rogen.
Seth
I quite
Rogen
like
guys,
it.
yeah.
I think it's
and
pretty
the
funny.
World's End is the British
which
one.
I prefer more, but you know they're both pretty good,
Pretty
mate.
good, yeah.
Dune is eyeing a remake.
What?
Dune 2016. No, probably 2019, probably. Denis Villeneuve is doing it. Who's doing the new Blade Runner, which we'll talk about in a minute. He did Sicario, he did Arrival, which is apparently amazing. He did Prisoners. So all of these are fantastic movies. And Dune has been a long... he said it's been a long process to get the rights and he doesn't think it'll succeed. So this is something that he's been wanting to do and he's got it. Can it be done, Mason?
Sure, why not?
There you heard it here first.
How hard can it be?
Really hard, apparently.
Nah.
Yeah. I got to read Dune. Have you read Dune?
No, I think we discussed this a while back. I could never get through the first one.
Okay.
So, but that was in high school. So
You're a young man.
yeah.
That's when you...
But that's when I had even more like laser focus. I don't have anything now.
That's a good point.
I very much doubt
You've
it.
got 1,000 things on you which you could do at all
Exactly.
times. Yeah.
And bloody Comic Blitz now.
That's right. You know it, mate.
I'm nearly at the end of my endless assortment of content that I can
never
access
stops.
at any time. But now, thousands of comic books for $1. Good Lord.
So, look, I don't know much about the world. Or I know people love the books.
Yep.
And I know the movie's not without its fans either. But yeah, if he wants to give it a crack, absolutely. It could be kind of a Warcraft situation where maybe he's too close to it and he doesn't quite pull it off, but bloody give it a go, mate.
Yeah.
If you're into it.
I just want the poster that says Coming Dune 2019.
And people are like, what? Is it a spelling error? What is this? As I mentioned, though, he's behind Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Set 30 years after Blade Runner 2019.
19, yeah, right.
The first movie.
We got-
The far distant future of 2019. Can you imagine such a world? You probably can't.
Big billboards.
Pyramids the size of big pyramids.
Men wearing trench coats.
Weird plastic overcoats that are see-through.
All those things currently exist.
Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still exists.
Gouging out a man's eyes.
Yep.
Tears and rain.
It's raining sometimes.
I know I ask you this
If
every...
they took out the flying car, realistically, it could exist now.
The giant pyramid building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's like a Trump Towers or whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So I know I ask you this every time. You're not a fan, though. I was going to say, what do you think? You're not a fan because you were forced to study it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, as being forced to watch it in high school,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it's a chore.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned education to kick the love out of something,
No, I
isn't
should
it?
I should give it another go.
I think so. I think it's great. So in this sequel, Harrison Ford is back.
Baby.
Yeah, that's right. He's wearing a grey, like, Bond's raglan tee.
It looks a lot like he's agreed to do this on the condition they film all the scenes in his house and he doesn't have to do any hair or makeup or costuming. And that's just what he was wearing that day.
I think that's a location from the first movie, isn't it? That
Maybe.
they visit.
Probably bought it.
Yeah, maybe he did bought it. Yeah, but it's good to see him back. He's got the bloody Blade Runner gun,
Yes.
which is a classic sci-fi staple. It's still baffling to me that this movie was so poorly received at the time.
Was it?
Like it got critically panned,
Huh.
and it made like no money. So but it's become like a staple of every future sci-fi world is based off Blade Runner.
Yes,
Do you know
every
what I mean?
dystopian world, they're
the
like-
aesthetic, yeah. Just look at Judge Dredd from the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Man, or look at Soldier with Kurt Russell.
That's right.
I mean, it is a spiritual sequel or whatever, set in the same universe and blah blah blah.
Oh, do you think there'll be a Kurt Russell cameo?
I hope so. Did he die in Soldier?
No one knows. No one's ever gotten to the end of the film Soldier.
I should watch Soldier. I've talked about it, but like I've even talked about it in a video to be like, oh, it's a sequel to Blade Runner or whatever, but I've never actually watched it. I've skimmed it and I'm like, oh, this is bad. I don't like it. So, the Goose, Baby Goose,
Yeah.
he's rocking up.
Mr. Gosling.
That's a good get, right? getting Gosling. Like that's because he knocks back a lot of stuff.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah. But I guess when you got a director,
Has he ever done a
like that on board.
sci-fi? Probably he's done tons that I just can't think of.
I don't know. Yeah, but
The Goz.
the Goz, yeah. City looks great. Looks like the same kind of world.
He's kind of doing one of everything, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, man.
He's done a musical recently.
Apparently it's
La
really
La
good.
Land is
yeah.
apparently very good,
But he hasn't
yeah.
done a comic book movie though yet. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you think actors like him and DiCaprio, they kind of steer away from comic book movies? They'll rather sleep in a bear than put on a spandex.
That's very true.
There is a question though: which version of Blade Runner is it a sequel to? Because there's the original with the narration
Yep.
over the top,
Director's cut,
director's
no narration.
cut, and there's like another extended alternate cut. Isn't
So
there?
I think the question you're asking is Deckard a replicant in this?
Yeah. Do you think they'll tell us?
I think he is, based solely on this trailer, because why else is Ryan Gosling in his house?
Yeah.
I would say it's because he's like, I used to be like you and I was real good at it kind of thing. So why'd he quit?
Yeah.
I reckon found out he was a replicant.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's one of those versions he finds out he's a replicant, wasn't
right.
he? What's her name's not back?
Not Daryl Hannah, the other one.
She was murdered in that movie.
Rachel.
Yeah. Sean Young?
Sean Young.
She's had a bit of a rough trot in Hollywood
Oh.
as things have gone. So it doesn't look like she's returning. But hey, man, you know what? I think this is the future of movies we're going to be getting now. It's going to be
Movies set in the future.
correct. I think we're going to be getting like follow-ups, like sequels. We got it in Mad Max. We got it in Force Awakens. They take old properties and then be like, it's 30 years on. Let's revisit this universe. That's the new reboot, mate.
White men still can't jump.
You better believe it. Look how
They're-
bad their
they're
knees
still
are.
around.
Yeah, sure.
Woody Harrelson's doing great.
He's in great shape. Wesley Snipes is not in prison at the moment.
Wesley, Woody, and then a new guy probably.
Money Train sequel. How about that?
Yeah.
They're in that, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. Are you excited for this though?
Money Train versus White Men Can't Jump.
It's a lot of green screen, but I think they could do
I
it.
think they could do it, yeah.
Yeah. But no, you're looking forward to this, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do a Blade Runner commentary or even a Blade Runner episode where we talk about Blade Runner. You can tell me about all the things you learned in high school. You can bring in your old notes and we can thumb through them and you can be like, oh, look at this. There's some subtext here in the movie.
No, I bonfired everything last day of high school. So.
During the course, was
Yeah,
that
that's
correct?
right. Yeah, after every day, and the bell rang, and I just bonfired it. Bonfire in my desk.
Exactly. Well, speaking of things returning, Mason.
Oh, good segue.
Thank you. World of Ridley Scott is back in a big way. Pick any of his properties. They're coming back, maybe. Something with Russell Crowe.
I was going to say, did he have anything to do with Numbers, the TV series Numbers?
He probably did.
Maybe Tony Scott.
Maybe it was
I don't know.
Tony Scott, yeah. Alien Covenant.
They're brothers, right? They're not
brothers.
father and son.
No, they're not father and son.
Okay.
They're brothers. Alien Covenant is back.
Yeah, baby.
It's here. I've been looking forward to this one. Do you want the synopsis?
Yes.
Bound for a remote planet on the far side of the galaxy, the crew of the...
It's a Far Side spin-off. Gary Larson's back. It's the Far Side in movie form.
The crew of the colony ship Covenant find what they believe to be an uncharted paradise.
But what do the cows think? They're always thinking things in that pasture, aren't they?
Does it look like a paradise to you, or does it look like a weird mud world with some trees?
Yeah, look.
Looks like the Canadian wilderness.
I am always very dubious about paradises in movies.
Right.
Because, recently we watched a lot of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, we live in the amazing world of Coruscant, or we live in this, amazing jungle paradise, or what have you.
Yeah.
What do you do for entertainment in these worlds? Nobody does anything.
You're just sitting in the heat.
You're sitting in the heat, you're playing three-dimensional chess occasionally.
Yep.
You're just staring at a wall.
Ex-
You're in a meeting room, you're having a long walk. Maybe it's because in the Star Wars universe, they're just having long walks down unbelievably long corridors.
Oh, God,
There's
yeah.
no time for anything else.
No, that's right.
You're like, I'd love to play some video games.
I'm
but...
late for... Ugh.
Sorry, what were we talking about?
There's more synopsis. When the
Okay.
crew, what the crew discover is a dark, dangerous world whose sole inhabitant is the synthetic David, Michael Fassbender, survivor of the doomed Prometheus expedition and movie. Prometheus, follow-up. You're
Yes.
a big Prometheus fan.
Disagree.
You liked some of it.
No,
None of it.
none of it.
It looked nice.
It did
It's a
look pretty
looking,
nice, yeah.
fancy looking movie.
Uh-huh.
This it definitely feels less Prometheus and more Alien. This trailer.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they've
They've
leaned,
scaled back the holograms, haven't they?
yeah, they've really leaned heavily on, like, they are banking on people going, this is a sequel to Alien.
Yeah.
Like the first Alien.
Yeah, that's right.
This-
Or prequel.
Yeah, no. Not a prequel.
No, it's a prequel.
Oh, yeah, it
to
is
the
too.
first Alien. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Great.
But it's got that dirty future aesthetic.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's people running down corridors in fear.
The ships are blockier than ever.
Yep, everybody's been infected by something.
Right in the ear. Right in the bloody ear. It is linked to Prometheus in a few ways, though. It's not just David. Naomi Rapace is back.
Yes.
Apparently Guy Pearce is in it. I guess it's some kind of, hey, remember me from the other movie?
Yep,
I'm dead now because I got beat up by an alien or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit where we talked about this before the show. Okay, so there's Walter, who's also Michael Fassbender. He's a more advanced synthetic than David.
Okay, right.
And by that I mean his head hasn't been torn off.
Sure, right.
So he's probably feeling a bit better. But there's a bit where David's sitting in a room and it's a big white room with art on the walls and a grand piano.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, where did you get any of this stuff?
Right.
Because
So that's on the weird mud planet.
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that is his virtual environment.
Yeah.
Like he's just the head
In a
He's
duffel bag.
In a duffel bag on a big muddy outcropping, and that's what he thinks about.
Yeah, absolutely.
While waiting for to be rescued.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that was a little confusing to me. So there's David and the Michael Fassbender who's got a body and he's wearing the Covenant uniform.
Yep.
That's a new guy.
Yes.
Okay, right.
What's interesting though about David is he's got blonde hair and he models himself off Peter O'Toole. You see him dyeing his hair at the start of the
right,
first
yeah.
movie. If we see David and he doesn't have blonde hair.
Was he blonde in this trailer? I can't
No, he
recall.
wasn't.
Okay, right.
But
good.
if so, then who's cutting his hair, mate? Is Naomi Rapace cutting his hair?
No, maybe it's just at a continuous length, and he can color it as he wishes. You
With
know what
no
I mean?
hands.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's got no body
Yeah.
to help him.
So how did it?
And no
yeah.
body.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Maybe it defaults to like brown,
Right.
unless he colors it in.
It's like a colour wheel. You can,
Yeah,
you can
it's
kinda-
hypercolor.
It's hypercolor.
Unless somebody gives him a good rubbing on the head, it reverts back to brown.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely, like from the get-go, it's clearly more of a horror movie
Mm-hmm.
than Prometheus. We're getting monsters bursting out of guys' backs and
Yeah.
bloody corridors and whatever. And we actually see a xenomorph at
The
one
real
point.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not the weird. No, it's pretty close.
It's pretty
Not the
close.
weird one we got at the end of Prometheus.
Yeah, absolutely. Which also meant nothing.
Mm.
Because they're like, this is the birth of the alien, except everybody's left the planet.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't look like the alien.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But we're getting we seem to be getting an assortment of infections in this movie.
yes.
Because aliens don't traditionally burst out the back. But
No.
This is,
Last one was he drank a drop of alien goo.
That's
this
right.
one he steps on a mushrown and it
Goes
goes
in
in
his
his
ear.
ear or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So there's a bit of that going on. You know what I want? I want the alien in this. Well, to be honest, do whatever you want. It's your movie.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it always felt like that they were designed specifically.
yeah, I agree.
But I don't know whether they'll go that way. Whether they'll be an accident like the last Alien was. You know what I mean? It's just.
Right, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
whatever you kind of put that goo on, it turns it into the worst version of it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I had the Colonial Marines Technical Manual,
Oh yeah.
which was for nerds.
I know.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
remember. And it had all the tech specs for all their weapons and stuff like that, and like all the the data files for the alien.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all the research suggested that they were designed by someone for
Right.
extreme killing and
Yeah,
death and so
absolutely,
forth.
'cause-
You just drop them on a planet.
Yeah,
and
and walk away.
yeah, exactly.
Well, that's it. But they got like near impenetrable skills. No,
Yeah.
basketball skills. You can't get round that D, Mason.
That's right.
No, I mean skin. Except if you got.
There
like,
we go. There's a perfect addition to White Men Can't Jump reboots.
That's right.
The alien xenomorph.
But what was I gonna say? But yeah, like acid. So you can't even puncture their skin. If you do, the acid blood. They
Yeah.
got multiple mouths. They could tear you apart with every part of their body. They're sharp and whatever. So that to me feels like designed. But hey, man, whatever they want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can I just say, if you see a weird alien thing,
Yep.
don't put your fucking face over it.
Yeah, right?
Why do people keep doing that? Imagine,
know.
okay, if you're standing in front of something
Yes.
real slippery and slimy, and it opens up, and then you see something slither in it, would you put your face over it, or would you
No.
go, you know what? I'm gonna leave now.
I guess, but at the same time, that doesn't happen in the real world.
Yeah.
Like nothing bursts out of a flower or a plant in the real world. That's never
Sure.
happened.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so
But you're not in the real world. You're on an alien planet. Then again, it's a paradise. He's like, this must be just another hidden treasure from this wonderful
that's right.
world.
Yeah. There's probably a Mai Tai in there. just a glistening oily hand holding a tropical drink. Num, 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 num. I'll just wait for it with my face. Ah! Also, Danny McBride's in this.
Who's the best, man?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Also, James Franco is in this.
What?
I don't think we see him. If we do, he's in the background, but there's a bit of Franco about.
Do you think that was Danny McBride's requirement for being in this film?
I think probably.
I want Franco to be here as well.
It went one way or the other, definitely.
Yeah.
Danny McBride's the pilot, so yeah, he can do he can do serious, man. He's good. I like him a lot. So the lead is Catherine Waterston from Fantastic Beasts. Where do they go? Have you seen them?
In the case.
They're in the case,
Just start
yeah.
up in the case.
And we've talked about this before. I don't know whether this will turn out to be true, but there's the rumor is that she's Ripley's mother. She looks enough like her that she could be.
Sure, right.
But again, why complicate the universe by being Ripley's mother had the exact same
Experience
kind of
that
thing
she
happen
did,
to
yeah.
her and blah, blah, blah.
That being said, they'll do it.
Yeah, probably.
Because why wouldn't they?
Why the bloody hell not? Also, if you were hoping that this dovetails right into Alien, Mason, it doesn't. There's another movie after this. Then that dovetails right into Alien. Or maybe there's another one after that.
Yeah, it depends how successful these ones are.
Yeah.
And how much leeway they've left in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If they've left in literally 2 hours of real time, they can put another movie in there if they really
Absolutely.
want to. Also, this trailer, I just remembered, they've continued what is the current tradition of getting an old-timey song and having a little...
Slow, sad, wind-down version,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly. Yeah. In this case, it's Nature Boy, Nat King Cole, which was also in
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Correct. Because you can! They should use that one.
Yeah, that's right. Because you can.
Great. Anything else on that?
Roxanne. What else is in that?
Your song? Elton
Oh,
John?
yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit twee anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I like that song.
Young hearts run free.
Great. Look,
Is that Romeo and Juliet? I don't know.
doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's a Baz Luhrmann production, isn't it?
Yep.
You're looking forward to this, though?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now.
Yeah, now.
Prior to this, no.
Really?
Yep.
Weird time to release it as well, Christmas Day. Well, for us, it was
No,
Christmas
people
Day.
have got nothing to do.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
What else people got
actually.
going
Well, we
on?
watched it, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did.
But again, I'm kind of... Even though this looks great, like it genuinely does,
Uh-huh.
I'm hanging out for that Aliens sequel where they get back Hicks and Ripley and whatever. Like, and they cancel 3 and 4.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And make that Neil
What is the current
Blomkamp.
status of that?
This killed it.
Oh.
So yeah, I think they'll
That's a shame.
they'll get these out of the way and then they'll go there. But
Right.
yeah. But hey, man, it doesn't look worse than Prometheus.
Good strategy, guys. Put Sigourney Weaver on ice for a bit, because she's real keen for this, and she'll just jump anytime you want. She doesn't have anything else going on.
Nothing going on.
I don't understand. Like, all the Alien sequels, they're all so weird and dumb because they keep jerking Sigourney Weaver about, and then she's like, well, now I'm out. Okay, I'm back in.
Right.
Now I'm out. Now I'm back in. And they have to keep rewriting and recutting and re-editing.
Yeah.
Why would you get her back on the hook for the sequels that everybody actually wants and then go, no, we'll do a prequel. You can just hang out, sit tight, we'll be fine.
Absolutely. They struggled to get her back for 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Like it was just not going to happen until they were like, look, here's $20 million
Right.
to make an average movie set in a monk world or whatever the hell that one was. No, 3's okay. There's
No,
some
it's
okay moments.
No, it's bad.
Okay. I've changed my mind.
Good.
I'm easily swayed.
I can tell.
Saw Gerrera is coming to Rebels, Mason.
Was he not already in Rebels?
No, he was in the Clone Wars, you idiot.
Sorry. Now, did you... So in the movie Rogue One,
I've seen it.
he's got 2 robot legs.
Yes.
Is that spoilers? Probably not. They're in the trailers.
in the trailers,
It's in the
yeah.
trailers. Does he have robot legs in
In the
Clone
clip
War?
we saw,
Yes.
no.
Ooh.
He's got like the chassis. But it
Okay.
doesn't look like it's got the breathing thing on it. He looks quite nimble. And that's
So-
about 4 years before Rogue One,
Okay.
give or take, 3 or
So
4.
potentially in Rebels, he's going to gain some robot legs.
Correct.
Hmm.
Do you gain robot legs?
Yeah, if you in a glass half full kind of
Okay,
world.
sure.
And Sol Gerrera seems like a glass half full kind of guy.
You wouldn't say Darth Vader gained that amazing set of robotic limbs and
Sol
suit.
Gerrera would.
Sure.
He'd be like, "Oh, good on you, mate. You've gained some apparatus.
Yeah. Interestingly, though,
You've gained the ability to not burn your hand on a hot stove."
the dream. Interestingly, though, Rebels, they said, might actually be telling the story of Rogue One from their perspective in a few years down the
fun.
track, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
that final battle, we won't spoil it for people, but there's a lot going on. It's one of the best parts of the movie. And you see the ship, the Ghost from Rebels in it. That ship's in it a few times. And you hear General Syndulla, who's a character from Rebels. You see Chopper, that crazy astromech droid.
Oh, not Eric Banner's character from the film Chopper.
No, not Eric Banner's character. So
He was a real guy. I'm aware he's a real guy.
he's a real guy, but he's dead. And also he was a bad bloke. So it's fine, isn't it? You can make fun of Chopper.
Good.
I think that's all the news for this week, Mason, because it's the holidays, obviously. It's a holiday time of year. And because this is the last episode of the year, we thought, hey, let's talk about all the good stuff and the not so good stuff from 2016.
It's the best things episode.
You know it,
And worst
man.
things.
Episode.
Yeah.
We're going to do fan theories.
Yep.
You threw that out there. Did you get a lot of crazy fan theories?
Let me check. I'll get to some.
All right.
Yeah.
No rush.
Okay.
Just drop them in whenever.
There's some new, after the release of Rogue One, there's some new Snoke theories. Specifically, there's one Snoke theory.
Is it that dude?
It's
in
the
chamber?
dude.
Yeah.
Is that dude Snoke?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm not sure of anything, am I? You can never be sure, Mason, but no, definitely not. Then again, who knows? It just wouldn't be that interesting of a reveal to be like, oh, was that
Yeah,
guy?
that's true, yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, even if it was or wasn't him, it's irrelevant.
That's true, and you'd have to sneak him into 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
then.
that's
Because
right.
otherwise, what does it matter? You know what I mean?
exactly right. Yeah. Okay, I've got a list of categories here. I'm going to just say them, and then we'll just say a thing that applies to that category. Bearing in mind, we didn't see a lot of stuff.
It's true.
Like, when I went to go worst of the year, I'm like, well, I didn't see Assassin's Creed, and I probably won't because apparently it's terrible.
Oh, that's out today for us, right?
I think so, yeah. I've lost that bet, we should point out.
That's true. You said that at least it was either Assassin's Creed or
Warcraft.
one of them was going to be
Break
great.
the curse. I said those exact words.
Said
or something to that effect.
one of them was going to be great.
And they both weren't great. I thought Assassin's Creed... if one of them was going to be good, it was going to be Warcraft, though, wasn't it, really?
Or because of Duncan Jones?
Yeah,
Because based on the source material, either of them could have been
sure.
great or real bad.
Apparently, let's just quickly talk about Assassin's Creed. Apparently, it's mostly set in the past. Sorry, in the future.
right,
And then it's got, like, they go into the Animus, like 2 or 3 times. And then he runs about and he's trying to get the apple and whatever. And he doesn't even jump into a haystack.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What does he jump into?
Dunno.
Huh. That can't be right. Your
it's-
sources are bad, baby.
I wish it were the case,
Okay, so
Mason.
what element from the video game do they badly shoehorn into the movie if it's not leaping into a haystack? Because we know Warcraft had top-down strategy, real-time strategy game
Loved
view
it.
briefly.
Yeah, man.
And Doom had you're in first-person view with the Doom guy.
Yeah.
So what does this one have?
Parkour, baby.
Oh, great. Okay.
And
Yeah,
Kung
baby.
Fu and whatever, yeah.
Okay, cool.
The thing is, it seems like they really put a lot of effort into this one. Like, watching the behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm like, man, that was a real courage.
Well, that's a shame.
That was a stunt or whatever.
Look, we haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to prejudge. It might be fun. It might be on par with Prince of Persia, which is to say it's fine.
With the ultimate compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Is this it for video game movies? Should they just stop?
Good question. What about Uncharted?
It's kind of...
I pronounced that weird. Uncharted.
Uncharted?
Hmm.
It is a movie. Like, it's,
Yeah,
things can be their own medium, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
In an ideal world, but
In an ideal world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few coming out. Because I know Ubisoft, who did this one, they've got a number of properties. They're making it. They've got a film division now.
Yes.
And they're rolling out a few of them. So this is their first.
and this is so Ubisoft. They didn't produce an Assassin's Creed game this year because they were making the
Because
movie.
of this, yeah. There was some side-scrolling ones.
I think
but
they're
yeah.
going to put all their resources back into
You know what?
video games.
They probably should.
yeah.
But look, I think it had a lot of good stuff going for it. Like, the director did Macbeth, like a pretty good like retelling of Macbeth.
Yeah.
It's got Fassbender.
That's
it's
true.
got Marianne Cotillard.
Got a whole bunch of rockin' songs on the soundtrack.
You know it, mate. So anyway, it is what it is. First category, Mason.
Yes.
Best animated film of the year.
Emoji. No, I don't know.
So you didn't see Zootopia?
No.
Finding Dory?
I saw Inside Out. When did that come out?
Last year?
Did it?
Yep.
2015?
Yep.
Oh, good lord.
Sausage Party?
Nope.
Kung Fu Panda 3?
No.
I like the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Did you see 3?
Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
They're real good, man.
It's Jack Black.
Yes.
And who else?
Angelina Jolie,
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rogen, David Cross.
Is there some sort of sinister tiger man?
In the first one, yeah.
Who plays him?
Shane. What's his
Black.
name? No, not
Shane Jacobson.
Shane
Kenny.
Jacob. No, not him. What's his bloody name? He's in Deadwood.
Oh, Shane. Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
you know
guy.
him. Yeah. No, they're good. I would say for me, did you see? So you saw no animated films this year, I assume. You didn't see a Pixar film because you hate Pixar.
Yep. Agreed.
Did you see Zootopia?
No.
It's good, man. You should see Zootopia. If I had to give it to one of them, I'd probably say Zootopia.
Okay.
I liked Finding Dory.
Okay.
You're not going to give it.
Was it full of sadness? Like
No,
Finding Nemo?
a little bit. It's more hope than sadness. And they took it in an interesting way because the first one they go and explore the ocean or whatever. And I'm like, I just want to see some fish just go across the ocean again. But it's all set in an aquarium, and you kind of so they're going, they're visiting different tanks and whatever. It's fun, man.
Okay.
It's a good time. It's a solid sequel, man.
What is the premise of Finding Dory?
Dory, because she's got a bad memory, so she lost her parents when she was young, and she's trying to find her parents.
And they're in the aquarium.
Yes,
Okay.
or are they?
Oh, twist.
Because that's where she's from.
Right, okay.
Because she's getting the flashbacks of memories, and there's an octopus that can change color, that can turn into a bunch of stuff. It's great.
All right, cool. I'll check
It's
it
a fun
out.
time, but maybe Zootopia.
Did Angry Birds come out? The
Yes,
movie?
it did. Yeah.
How'd that go?
Apparently, it was all right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Maybe
I haven't seen it.
that's still in top spot from Prince of Persia. Or do
Probably
mobile,
is,
or do
actually.
mobile games not count? Are they a separate category?
No, I think that counts.
Okay.
I mean, that game is like the biggest game in the world
Yeah.
when it came out.
Resident Evil's coming out
Yep.
this 2017?
Yeah, maybe.
End of January, I think.
Yeah.
Does that count though? I feel that's its own thing now.
Yeah, I think if you cut it all together, if you thought about it hard enough, you could probably think of a few good memories. And
Sure,
all
yeah.
those movies in total make one sort of good
Yeah,
movie.
uh-huh.
They make one Prince of Persia. Yeah.
Uncharted. There's going to be a Sly Cooper movie coming out,
Oh, yeah.
and Minecraft.
Minecraft's kind of its own thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sly Cooper I get because it's set in this kind of... You're a thief. You're
Yeah.
a raccoon thief. Yeah.
Yep.
But they also did Ratchet and Clank this year.
Yeah.
And apparently it was garbage.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Zootopia. You can pick one as well. Go.
Do I have to pick one?
Yep.
They're the ones I didn't see. I'm going to pick a best of
Yeah.
based on the fact that I saw none of them.
Yes.
All right. It's never stopped me before. Did you say Secret Life of Pets? When did that come out?
That was this year, yeah. It's what your pets do when you're not home. What do they do?
Oh, that sounds pretty crazy. I'm picking that one.
All right. I will never see that movie. Best sequel. These are the sequels that we had this year.
Give me some options here.
Batman versus Superman. Marvel things. All the Marvel things.
Yep.
X-Men. Star Trek Beyond. That'll do. I'm sure there's more.
Star Trek Beyond was
Definitely.
really good.
It's definitely
Yeah.
Star Trek Beyond. I like Civil War a lot, but the Marvel movies are sequels, but they're not exactly... I don't think... We didn't get like an Iron Man 4... Oh, we got a Captain America 3, I get. Oh, maybe it is Civil War.
Yeah, see?
But I really like Star Trek Beyond.
Me too.
I'm still giving it to Star Trek Beyond. Think about it, Mason.
It's fun,
Yep.
solid action.
There's great costumes.
Bones and Spock are hanging about. They're not getting along, but then they get along.
Correct.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, man. Thought it would be weird and crap.
Wasn't,
but it wasn't.
though.
It was really cool.
Mystery dirt bike. How'd
Yep.
that dirt bike get there?
How did it
just
get
adds
there?
to the mystery. You
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
right.
It
Yeah.
is a dirt bike.
It's not flawless, but it's fun, and it is like old Star Trek in the best way.
Yep.
Yeah. It does homage really well.
Yeah, it looks like 1960s Star Trek times a million.
With better looking people.
yeah.
Yeah. Best reboot. What do you got?
You're looking at me like I have any memory of anything
You
that
gotta
happened
get
this year.
Jungle Book, Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, those are the two. I had to choose.
Sure.
And I only saw one of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But was it the best reboot?
Of the two or just ever?
Sure, I don't know. Whatever you want, man.
I still really like the new Ghostbusters. It's
Yeah.
not the original Ghostbusters.
No.
Good, solid jokes. Third act falls to bits.
Yeah. I'm going to say Jungle Book.
Okay.
Uh,
How's that third act?
Of the Jungle Book,
Yes.
the whole forest catches fire. So that's pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. It's but it doesn't wrap up the same. I didn't love it, if I'm honest.
Yes.
It's more interesting from a technical standpoint for me.
Sure,
I'm
right.
like, that bear looks real good. How did they do that? That's amazing. No, I think I enjoyed it more than Ghostbusters, which is fine. It's a fine movie. It's okay.
Again, if you go... Here's my general rating system for a movie is... Were I to wake up in a cinema and I was watching it again, would I stick around or would I leave? And for Ghostbusters, if I woke up and it was just starting, I'd watch all the way through.
Yep.
But if I woke up and the third act was starting, I'd leave, I think.
Yeah,
'cause
fair
there's,
enough.
There's nothing to that third act.
Too many glowing ghosts on
So
a
many
blue screen city.
just punching ghosts.
And they cut out the dance number.
That's true, they did,
The
yeah.
enormous which I kind of want to see. Because I think at least that would have... I think they probably got cold feet and be like, oh, people will hate this. But you know what? It's better than kind of...
Hey, it worked in The Mask.
You know it did. But you know, it's better than just kind of doing a generic kind of whatever blue light in the sky third act kind of thing that everybody kind of does. So it's kind of a shame they cut that out. This is a returning category from last year, Mason.
No,
Best-
we did this last year?
We did it.
Oh.
It's best movie where the game was on. It's a throwback to Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Where at the end, the game that promised things to come.
Yeah.
An amazing future of sequels and spin-offs and prequels and whatever.
Is there only one option this year, as there was last year?
Well, actually, Dracula Untold wasn't last year.
Yeah,
I thought it was, but also we gave it to Force Awakens.
That's right.
Because of the end with Luke Skywalker Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in mind
Okay.
for an amazing
Let's hear it.
series of films. Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh, the game was so on at the end of that, wasn't it?
The promise of intergalactic warfare.
Yeah. Brent Spiner got the final line in the movie. That's weird.
Did he?
Yeah, he's
I don't-
like, let's kick some alien ass. And then it cut to credits.
So yeah, there was an intergalactic council of aliens who
Yeah.
were going to fight whatever the aliens in this movie are called and whatnot.
You know what? I thought that was an excellent premise for a series of sequels.
Yeah.
If that movie was good, but it wasn't good. So,
It's fine. I don't know
Yeah.
why people are so upset by it. Of course it wasn't going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, it dishonors the memory of the first one. No, it doesn't. They're both not very good.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
when you think about it, when you really think about it, you know. Anyway, that movie was...
did we do a commentary on Independence Day?
We did, yeah. It's a real slog. There's a lot of
Yeah.
boardrooms at the start and be like, Mr. President, there's some satellite imagery. There's a lot of that. And then a city blows up and it's kind of good, but also we've seen it 1,000 times since.
Yeah.
But Will Smith kind of carries that movie, so that's what... And Brett Spiner has a final line. He goes, let me be in a coma. That's the last
Yeah,
line
I
of
remember that.
movie, isn't
Great,
it?
yeah. Game was on then.
Do you have a better example of a movie where the game is on?
I'm going to have to literally look at our podcast feed to remember what movies I watched this year. Here we go.
It has to promise big things.
Yeah,
Now,
you're
it doesn't
right.
necessarily have to deliver, but it has to just have, like, the hook. You know what? Ghostbusters had a bit of the game is on.
Fantastic Beasts had a bit of the game was on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Depp was...
But I feel
Hitler.
the game was on must imply that what is coming next is garbage. You know what I mean? Nobody ever thought the game was on at the end of Dracula Untold. Nobody cared that the game was on. Same with Independence Day. It would have been nice, but in a better movie.
Yeah,
that
fair enough.
wasn't a good movie, so...
What about Ghostbusters promised Zool, but we probably won't be getting another one
That's
of those.
true, yeah, you're
But
right.
I still think that Independence Day hyped up a bigger game was on.
Yeah. I mean, Batman v Superman implied the game was on
Yes.
because Superman's probably coming back. Of course he's coming back.
He definitely is.
He's in the... Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I feel like that Superbad could, like, the sequels could deliver on that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Jason Bourne, was the game on at the end of that? It must have been. The
Yeah.
game's always on at the end of the Bourne movies.
Yeah, at the end of that, it was because he found out that they were going to double cross him or whatever. And it was
That's
like,
right. Yeah, you're right. The game was on at the end of... yeah.
You're going to give it to Jason
I'm going to
Bourne?
give it to Jason Bourne, I think, yeah.
But the game won't be on, will it?
No, there's never going to be another one. But, I mean, the game won't even be on with Jeremy Renner.
No.
He won't be back for that.
Certainly not.
So that's the key, I feel.
Yeah.
The game is on, but it won't be on.
But it won't be on.
Yeah, I feel that's the... Yeah. Also, for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a movie called Dracula Untold, which came out a few years ago, and the premise was that it was going to be the start of a new, I guess,
Monster-
Universal Monsters
Which
universe.
they are doing.
Yeah,
But
but
Dracula
not-
Untold is not in it.
So the idea was it was the kickoff to like an Avengers or Justice League
Yeah.
of Universal Monsters, and it's set in the past, but then the final scene it's set in the modern day.
Star wipes to the modern day.
Star Wars to the modern day. Dracula's still alive. He's just hanging out in the daytime. He sees a woman who looks like his wife, but it can't be because she's dead.
But
and
she
it's the modern day.
reincarnated maybe
And
or
then
whatever.
Charles Dance, who's in this movie as like a Nosferatu monster, is just there as a regular guy in the present, and he goes, "The game is on." Ah, so
and
that's
it
what we
doesn't
talk-
mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. We don't know where it's going to head, and they're never going to do a sequel, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, context.
What about this? Best non-sequel or reboot.
Oh yeah.
So it's like or reboot. So yeah, it can't be a reboot.
Okay. So
I
best sequel, best
I put
not.
Deadpool here, but that's a reboot.
Yeah, that's a reboot. in a way.
Nice Guys then for me.
That was great.
That's
yeah.
a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
Oh, wait, I've gone back to 2015.
It's hard, the years blur in between. Don't they? It's who knows what came out when.
Yeah.
Was the RoboCop reboot this year? Who knows?
Who knows? No, I reckon that was like 2014.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Man, it's hard to. That's the thing. It's hard to find original content.
Yeah,
I might have said Arrival, but I haven't seen it yet.
You know what? Sing Street's really good. You seen that?
No, you mentioned it though.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
great.
Yeah,
Mm.
okay.
The good thing is it's nearly Pirate Bay Christmas. You familiar with Pirate Bay Christmas? We
What
talk
is
about
that?
it every year. It's where all the DVD screeners for Oscar
That's right.
movies get leaked online.
Where all the interns sacrifice their jobs to put out their
free content.
for everyone.
Yeah. It's a good time to catch up on a bunch of stuff.
It's true.
I'd imagine, so I've told. We run a professional podcast.
Correct.
Yeah. But you know what? If you're not going to release a movie here, I'm going to steal it. I don't want to do it,
Yep.
but you make me do it. You
forced
twist
our
my bloody
hands.
arm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What category was this again?
Best non-sequel or non-reboot.
Didn't see any of these.
You saw Nice Guys?
Oh yeah, Nice Guys is good. Yeah,
So
real fun.
we'll just go back to
Did
the
you
first
see The
thing.
Accountant?
No,
Okay.
I don't really care.
Did you see Sully?
No, don't really care.
Did you see Pete's Dragon?
No, I hate the original.
Oh.
Have you seen the original?
No.
Stupid cartoon dragon.
Whoa.
Weird mud town.
Big call.
I didn't see BFG, which apparently people loved, but tanked badly. It's a Spielberg movie.
Wow, and it
But,
tanked.
I've always hated the way the BFG talks. I remember reading as a kid and being like, this guy's an idiot. And he's really hard to follow the flow of what he's saying.
I
It's
see.
just broken sentences. Yeah. Anyway, Mason gives it to the BFG.
No.
Best horror movie. There's been a few this year.
Yeah.
I saw one.
What did you see?
Cloverfield Lane, which I really liked.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like the one where the guy's a blind man in his house and there's a kid's infiltrating the house and he's blind and he
Oh,
tries to
yeah.
murder them all. It's been a good year for horror
Yeah.
movies. Was It Follows this year or last? Might have been last
I
year.
believe that was last year. I
Yeah.
did see Green Room.
And
Real good.
I've heard that's great.
Real-
Would you consider that a horror movie?
Yeah,
Like, is it-
totally. Yeah.
I'm not trying to question. I'm not going to be like
How dare you?
So that's I've heard
That's
that's
good, yeah.
good. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's great in that.
Yep,
yeah.
and the late Anthony Yelchin. Yeah.
that sucks, man. He's dead.
Which reminds me, Blunt Talk got cancelled.
Yeah,
I
2
recommended it
seasons.
a while ago,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I got to get through that.
But at least it's 2 good seasons.
You
Great
bloody
seasons,
know it,
even.
mate. Yeah. Was that because it was on like a weird network that nobody has?
It was on Stars.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not. No, then no.
Yeah, nobody has Stars.
Yeah, that's actually true. Anyway, I'm going to give it to 10 Cloverfield Lane, and you're going to give it to
Green Room, I think.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Not BFG?
Look, I can't give it to much as I'd like to. Give every category to the BFG, a film that I haven't seen, and I barely remember the book from being a kid.
Sure.
I'm gonna give it to Green Room. Yeah.
Fair enough. What about best TV show? We did an episode on this.
Yeah. Huh.
If you want to just give a quick summary, just say the name of the best TV show, so people don't have to listen to it. Just save them the trouble.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watched that since, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And best of the year.
Maybe it's really.
Yeah, it's
really
great,
good.
isn't it? Yeah.
You know, and I actually, it's a TV series where I'm like, oh, it's a shame there was only 10 episodes because I just breezed through them.
Because they're like 27 minutes each or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there should be more of that.
But that's the kind of thing where it's so, you know that a lot of writing went into that.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds ridiculous. But you know what I mean? Like they'll crap out like some superhero, scripts in like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
But Atlanta feels like they really went over every episode and fine tuned it.
Yeah,
And whatever. I'm gonna say Rick and Morty because I bloody love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like, apparently season 3 is wrapping up,
Oh.
but there's no release date yet. But I'm hoping it's the first half of the year. But who bloody knows,
Who
mate?
knows, yeah. First, I feel Rick and Morty feels like last year's show only because it was so...
Long ago?
Yes, so long ago,
Yeah.
yeah. But also, Rick and Morty also feels like a show they'll just drop in without telling anybody.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
absolutely.
surprise, season 3.
Yes. Most underrated movie of the year, Mason. Something that you feel didn't get the accolades
That it
may have deserved to have.
deserved.
Star Wipe to Mason's answer. Okay, I've got one that's not really doesn't really fit in this category.
Okay.
But Sing Street, simply because
Yes.
it's one of those ones where it's not like a massive movie that kind of that everybody saw. So
Who's
I
in
guess
that
from
again?
that perspective, nobody really well known.
Great. Somebody British?
Yeah, a lot of British people.
Not British people.
Littlefinger's in it. There you go.
Yeah, okay,
He's
great.
in it.
Uh-huh.
No, it's Irish, sorry. And Jack Raynor from Transformers 4 is in it.
Yeah,
as well.
okay,
And he's
right.
really good in it. He's really
Okay.
good in it. But it's a great musical, and it's got a lot of like throwback 80s music in it. Like it's written in the style of 80s music.
Now, this has 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Underrated, I say. Should be 100.
Should be 100%.
Yeah, it's really good. No, I mean from the perspective of it wasn't.
You
it
mean-
didn't get a super wide release.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
and whatever. Yeah.
You're saying it's an undiscovered gem,
Yeah, even though a lot of people discovered it and saw it and loved it,
right?
but I'm still saying that.
It seems you are.
Yeah. Do you want to give it to the BFG again?
Yeah.
Because it didn't do super well, but apparently it's fine. Mm-hmm. So do you think it's a gem that people could discover?
I'm going to say Star Trek Beyond again.
But it didn't do.
That's what I'm talking
It did
about.
okay, but
Yeah.
it didn't do like a Star Wars or a Marvel.
More
or
people
whatever.
should watch that.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think there's a Star Trek stigma.
Yeah.
And people are like, I'm not going to watch this. First of all, because Star Trek is for nerds, and secondly, because that last one was no good.
Yeah.
So
But this is a massive
double
return to
whammy.
form,
Yeah, I think so.
It does worry me about the future of the franchise if they keep kind of doing just okay. They'll just stop making them.
Right,
Which
yeah.
is a shame because they're. I mean, out of the three, two of them are pretty bloody good. The
Agreed.
new three, that is. But it's also, we've got that TV series coming out. Best comedy movie, Mason. Comedies.
Deadpool. I love his comedy stylings. I love he'll say anything.
And then he'll point to his balls.
look at my balls. I'm Deadpool.
Deadpool was alright.
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you see Popstar Never Stop, Never Stop?
No, that did not get a release here, like a cinematic release.
Didn't it?
No.
Oh, I must have stolen it. But I don't even remember. It's a lot of fun, man. Like, it really is. I'm surprised it did as poorly. It did really, really badly. But there's a lot of famous people in it, and it's a great throwback to like NSYNC, and because it starts off where it's a guy, it's Andy Samberg, and he's
Yep.
in this kind of NSYNC style group, and he's kind of looks like young Justin Timberlake, how they used to look in the 90s
Yeah,
with the frosted tips or whatever, and then he becomes like a Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber kind of
Right.
superstar, and everything that kind of comes along with that.
Is it? It sounds a little bit like Walk Hard.
Yeah. Oh
that
no,
he-
it's more Spinal Tap than Walk
I
Hard.
meant
Yeah.
more in the sense of like he is sort of following, like the character in Walk Hard is supposed to be Johnny Cash, but he becomes whatever like country or pop superstar that he needs to be in any given era,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so this Andy Samberg's character kind of evolves.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. Like, it's really ridiculous.
And this is
Sting gets mauled by wolves. Not Sting. Seal gets mauled by wolves.
Great.
Yeah.
So this is a Lonely Island film.
Yes.
So it's the two other guys wrote and directed it, I think.
Yeah, and the music's quite funny as well. So there's a song he does about, Macklemore has that song about at the start where he's like just confirming that he's not gay. Like, that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
There's a song where it's similar to that. He's talking about how everybody should be able to marry whoever or whatever. And this song didn't do well, like critically or commercially. And it cuts to like Ringo Starr, and he's like, "Gay people can't get married. Like, why is this song a thing?"
That's pretty good. Did you know Zac Efron was in 3 comedies this year?
Really?
He was
Neighbours 2?
He was in Neighbours 2, which I enjoyed a lot.
alright, yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
Solid,
both
yeah.
of those.
Me
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yeah. And he was also in Dirty Grandpa.
Didn't say
De
it.
Niro didn't say it.
Yeah.
Also, and he was also in Mike and Dave Need Wedding
Yeah, I
Dates.
saw that, yeah.
How's that?
It's okay. People are like, it's got no heart or whatever. It doesn't. But it's just like a brisk kind of fun time.
Yeah, it's got the guy from Workaholics.
Yes.
And it's got Anna Kendrick.
Yep, and Aubrey Plaza.
So, yeah, from Parks and Rec. So
Yeah, it's solid, man.
Why wouldn't it be good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It won't change your life.
Wow.
But it's
well, then I'm no interest then. It's
got some good-
If it's not going to change my life, like the BFG or Deadpool pointing at his balls, I got zero interest in it. All right. Did you see Swiss Army Man?
No, I've heard it's
It's on
great.
my list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah. Hunt for the Wilder People, though, I'd have to that's
it?
hilarious. Mm-hmm. That's I think Thor Ragnarok is the Marvel movie I'm most looking forward to next year.
Oh, ever?
Yeah, but what's coming out next year? We got an Avengers movie next year? Maybe towards the tail end. We definitely have a Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows? We'll talk about that at the start of next year. We'll do our best of 2017 predictions.
Great. And I feel you should also have to predict a movie that you think is going to be great.
Okay, sure.
Great.
Yeah.
That is definitely going to be bad.
But it can't be like something that probably will be great. Do you think it's like you have to take a swing at something that could go either way?
I think you have to take a swing at... I think you're going to have to take a swing at a video game movie.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, good.
I'll bloody do it.
Anna Kendrick was also in 2 comedies. She was in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates and Get a Job with the odometer himself, Miles Teller.
That sounds fucking terrible.
It looks terrible. Look at this photo. So generic. 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a shame.
Yep.
For her, not for him.
No.
He's fine, probably. Seems like an asshole. I don't know whether that's
I don't think
true.
he is, though. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
I think there were when Fantastic Four came out, there were a couple of profiles, like a GQ profile or whatever, where he's like, he's just a James Dean kind of guy, and he's wearing a white tee, and he's got his cigarettes in the sleeve, and he's wearing sunglasses indoors, and he's pushing somebody over or whatever. And I'm like, they just made all that up.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
And they wanted to give him some edge. I don't think...
Oh, no, I don't think of it from an edge perspective.
Okay.
Every time I see him in an interview, I'm like, I don't like this guy.
Okay,
I don't know
right.
what it is.
Uh-huh.
You shouldn't judge people like that, Mason, but I've done it.
Okay, great.
What are you going to pick for best comedy?
Probably Bridget Jones's Baby.
Apparently that's really good.
Is it?
Apparently it's really good.
Okay, well then, I'm claiming it.
It's BFG?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Grimsby.
Sure. I didn't say Grimsby. Yeah, that's a lot of look at my balls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grimsby.
And a lot of crawling inside an elephant or whatever happened in that movie.
Yeah. I don't know if you've got one for this one. Worst trailer.
Look, based on my track record for the rest of this episode, I definitely don't.
Worst trailer.
Worst trailer.
Anything with a sad song? Like a sad
So all
pop
of them.
song?
Yep.
But some do it well.
Yeah.
And then you
I
got...
don't even hate. A lot of people hated all the Assassin's Creed trailers, like had the Kanye song.
No,
and
I
whatever.
thought it was
I thought
okay,
they're
yeah.
great. I think that's a good combo.
Yeah.
because it's the future and it's the past and whatever. But
Melding of times. Yeah.
I think the new Transformers trailer is really bad.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Is it though? Or is it bad because the other movies are bad and you hate them?
Oh,
Yeah, like imagine if you've never seen that before. You'd never seen a Transformers movie.
no, it'd still be bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to 9 Lives. The one where Kevin Spacey gets turned into a cat.
Uh-huh.
I've been turned into a cat to teach my family a lesson or teach me a lesson about being a good family man, but I'm a cat.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. It looks like a fake trailer.
Yeah, but like if Kevin Spacey was an actor, if there was a movie where Kevin Spacey portrayed an actor who's forced to be in a series of very bad films that he doesn't want to be in for career reasons,
That's right.
it'd be that.
It'd be this.
the film 9 Lives, you're right.
But for best trailer, I think I'm going to give it to Logan. And I know a lot of that's got to do with the music choice.
Panama by Van Halen.
Panama. But that's a fantastic trailer, and it's really got me excited for that movie. For the Wolverine movies, I'm like, yeah, make another one, whatever. But it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I'm gonna say Doctor Strange because there were some excellent trailers for a movie that I thought was okay.
Sure.
They tricked. I think my yardstick for a trailer is, did it trick me into thinking a movie was better than it is?
Yeah.
And for me, Doctor Strange definitely.
They got ya, even though you didn't hate it.
Because there was because we showed the buildings turning over and we saw
a
shields.
kaleidoscope
and we saw
hallway.
Kaleidoscope hallway and astral forms, but it turned out that was literally everything in this movie.
Yeah, fair point.
There were no more tricks to it. It was just a mirror universe and a turned upside downy world and people doing a lot of shields and whips and stuff, and that was it.
See, I enjoyed the shields and whips.
Yeah.
If anything, there was just the right amount.
I feel there was not enough.
Sure.
And also, nobody got turned into a snake.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Right?
Or someone's holding a cup and it turns into a snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's at the snake park, but then there's slightly more
Snakes than you'd think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've prepared for exactly the number of snakes I would find at the snake petting park. Oh, no!
What about best dead or CGI de-aged actor?
When did Ant-Man come out? That was last year.
Yes. But we did get... I'll spoil this for all those movies.
Oh, yeah.
We did get Civil War,
Yep.
and we got a couple of returning characters in Rogue
Yep.
One.
Dishonorable mention, I feel, to Anthony Hopkins in Westworld. That de-aging is real bad. I know it's TV.
It's TV.
I know it's TV.
It's TV.
I know it's TV. But
Do you know?
But we also had the little kid robot and his whole face comes open and that was flawless.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've got decades of young Anthony Hopkins on screen.
Yeah.
That's how they do it, presumably, is they get the young version.
Like, he
and
just walks past. You never see him kind of for too long. I think for TV,
But even for that 2 seconds you see him, it's still bad.
Okay.
They could have done an incredible job. They didn't.
Right.
Bad.
But, did you see all the cowboys?
They were good cowboys.
So did that make up for it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Didn't ruin the show.
No.
I guess slight spoilers.
So I guess best CGI de-aging aided by cowboys is Anthony Hopkins. But if without the handicap, probably Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. I saw, because Ben edited together a video for we talk about the returning characters from Rogue One, and he put in the clip from Civil War where Robert Downey Jr. is young, and I forgot how good it is.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
If you showed that out of context, I feel that's the yardstick. If you show it out of context, would anybody pick up on it? And I think if you were just like, this is a clip from Weird Science or whatever that Robert Downey Jr.'s in, I'd be like, of course it is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to watch that because it's apparently a terrible movie.
See, I don't know if it's quite that good. I know we talked about Tarkin. A lot of people were unhappy that that you in particular hated it.
Yep.
I thought it was okay. I mean, Tarkin has the disadvantage of that actor is dead.
Yes.
So what are you bloody gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's an amazing achievement, but considering they have the disadvantage of him not being alive. So they don't have a 3D scan of his head. They had to build that. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not like with Robert Downey Jr. They took Robert Downey Jr. and smoothed him over.
Yes.
In this, they took a dead man's face.
That's true. Yeah.
And put it on a live.
And
man.
I also think the advantage is, and when we've seen it with Robert Downey Jr., we've seen it with Michael Douglas.
Yep.
Is they get they have. I think it's definitely a combination of old footage.
Yeah.
And the current actor, and they have exactly the same anchor points on their face.
Yeah, that's right.
And so with Peter Cushing, they didn't have him.
Yeah.
They had to have a guy who looks kind of like him, but really not.
Yeah.
He looks the same insofar as they're both
Men.
Exactly, yeah. Sort of thin-faced men.
Yeah.
And he's not going to move exactly like
No.
Cushing's face does, so
What are you going to do?
what are you going to do exactly?
So you're still going to call it rubbish?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
I can't...
Oh, also, I received, I reckon, last week we talked about Rogue One, and I said, anybody out there, if you also had an issue with James Earl Jones's voice...
Hundreds of tweets.
All people who were like, yes.
I'm going to have to see it again.
See it again, yeah. And some people said...
There was a lot of wooing
yeah, that's
when
true,
I saw it.
That's true. Yeah. And a few people, so a lot of people like, yes, I definitely noticed that. A few people like, yeah, because he's older. I know he's older.
Yeah, but you didn't say that's why it was weird.
That's not why it's weird.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, because James Earl Jones is older, what I'm saying is they have the technology and the money to take his existing voice and make it sound exactly like the version that that existed in A New Hope.
They could Robert Downey Jr. it.
Yeah, they could Robert Downey Jr. his voice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough then. Well, don't choke on your aspirations, Mason. A lot of people sent through examples of Vader telling jokes as well. Being like, optimistic appraisal. Captain Nita, you son of a bitch. You know, all the classic Vader lines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's only really a dad joke if he said optimistic appraisal and he was pulling his eyes out. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because it relates specifically to the thing that's doing. Yeah, fair enough. What about best kids film? BFG, obviously, for you?
BFG for me, thank you.
Finding
yes.
Dory. So if you got a kid, you could take a kid to that. It's fun.
Could you take a kid to Fantastic Beasts? I say no.
No, definitely not. No.
Yeah.
What about best movie that was just a movie? Are you thinking Doctor Strange?
I'm thinking
for that
Doctor
one?
Strange for that. That's my lock.
You know what? I would also put Rogue One in that category because I really I enjoyed it, but it didn't change my life.
Okay,
the back end of that movie is really good. It's amazing, but I wasn't like this was whatever. Like I liked it a lot, and it was a movie. It was a movie I
Sure
saw.
was.
Like on the positive scale. Yeah, no, I'd put Doctor Strange in that category as well because I enjoyed it. There was just the right amount of whips and shields. We've both said that, haven't we?
No, disagree.
Worst sequel or reboot?
Oh, yeah.
We got a few.
I really should have thought about these
We
before.
got a Batman Superman movie.
Yeah.
That people
That's
didn't
its
love.
own thing, I feel.
It is, isn't it? It's got its own
Yeah.
category. I'm going to say X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, that was no good.
Even though I kind of enjoyed it at the time.
I didn't enjoy it on any
The
level.
more I think about it, the more I'm like, you just peddled out the same X-Men movie again.
Real bad.
What are you doing?
No good. Real boring.
Yeah.
Special effects, real boring.
Fassbender's good.
He's boring. It's got another dead family.
They gave him another dead family.
Yeah.
God.
Look, I can't fault them for the fact that they ruined it. They've, done a number on the timeline again. That's not X-Men Apocalypse's fault.
Yeah.
They're just doing what the X-Men movies do, which is ruin everything.
Be kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have let Bryan Singer back in.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
It just felt like a movie that of its time, and the time was like the early 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fair enough. What do we got? Actor least annoyed by. I'm saying best actor.
Okay,
I'm
least
saying
annoyed
actor
by.
that you're like, okay. You know what? I thought that wouldn't be very good, but you're all right.
Oh, Eddie Redmayne.
That's the
You,
correct
you,
answer.
built that.
No,
you built
that was from
entire
last
question.
year.
Okay,
That's
right.
from last year.
All right.
I went through last year's.
What did we do?
Notes.
What did we talk about last year?
These are the categories.
No, but I mean, who won last
I have
year?
no idea.
Great.
I can't remember. That I didn't have written down.
Yeah.
What about
I thought he'd just be mugging the whole thing, and
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised.
Me too. I thought he was good. What about actor that's most annoyed you? I got a few here that in mind. I can
Okay.
give them to you if you want some categories.
Is one of them Jared Leto?
Yes.
I wasn't
In
annoyed by
Suicide
him.
Squad. Well, I thought you might be. It's okay.
Yeah.
I thought I'll throw that in there. What about Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor?
Yeah, real bad.
Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, even though he's in it for like 10
Unpleasant.
seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop being in things.
Yeah.
Stop being in
Get
things.
out of here, mate. Take your money and leave.
So would you give it to Johnny Depp or
Hang on, let me just double check.
What, that he's in it?
No, just double check movies we watched. It was annoying in Ghostbusters. There was probably somebody super annoying in Ghostbusters.
Some people thought Kate McKinnon was.
No, I didn't mind her.
Nah, me neither.
Maybe Downey Jr.
In? Just
Anything.
in general.
Yeah.
Because he's too much in anything.
Civil War, probably.
But I thought that was his best Iron Man performance since Iron Man 1. Because he actually felt things.
I guess that's true,
And
but
had
at the same time,
reactions.
I'm like,
You hate him?
no, but I'm like, it's not Bucky's fault, man.
Yeah.
Leave him
Leave
alone.
him alone.
I see you're angry, but
Is that you annoyed by the character though, or the actor?
Oh, a good point.
New category.
Yup.
Character that you were slightly annoyed by because they had a slightly different motivation than what you thought they should have.
Robert Downey, Tony Stark in the movies.
I'm gonna say Magneto because he killed everybody in the world and then he walked away.
Oh, that's
And then
right,
they
yeah.
went, see you later, old friend. Old friend.
May we meet again in more fortunate circumstances.
Garbage.
It's fine. You shot me in the spine that time.
What about best hair?
Ooh.
I've got one. It's a wig though. It's Ben
still
Affleck's.
counts.
Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, you
Bruce
love that
Wayne.
one.
It's
Yeah.
because they gave him the widow's peak
Yeah, it's true.
and the grey temples.
Yeah.
He looks like the perfect older Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
It's perfect, Mason.
Yep.
Like, look at Christian Bale's older Bruce Wayne. He's no good.
That's true.
He just looks like Christian Bale with a wispy beard.
Yeah. Are we including all facial hair?
Sure.
I'm gonna say Doctor Strange had some great hair.
All round?
Yep.
Fair
He had
enough.
a variety of looks. He had,
did, didn't he?
He had suave, sophisticated, arrogant surgeon. Then he had
had a
down
coif.
and out. He had great looking down and out.
He did have great looking down and out.
And then final form, Sorcerer Supreme looked great.
Beautiful, luxurious hair.
Yeah.
What about worst hair?
Deadpool.
Okay. I'm going to say Ezra Miller in Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, terrible. Oh, actually, yeah.
I mean, that's intentional,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, it's bad. It's real bad.
Great work from what's his face though?
Who?
The other guy.
Eddie Redmayne?
No.
Grindelwald?
Yeah, that guy. What's his face?
Johnny Depp?
No, the other guy in Bruges.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Yes.
Yeah, him and Johnny Depp have the same haircut.
Yeah.
But Johnny Depp's is way worse.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll give it to Depp. Yeah, I think I will. Because that's supposed to be a cool evil guy's haircut, but it looks terrible.
Looks awful on
Looks like
him,
an
yeah.
idiot. Mm-hmm. Colin Farrell so... Why didn't they just make him Colin Farrell?
Exactly.
All right. Biggest disappointment.
Strange.
Of the year.
Doctor Strange.
Really? Not
Tons.
even Batman, Superman, or a Suicide Squad.
Man.
Or I even thought Ghostbusters was disappointing. Not from like, I want it to be amazing. I want it to be either really terrible or really amazing.
Oh, yeah,
and it was
okay, yeah.
neither.
You're
So
right.
I wish I want a strong reaction to it, but
I probably just said Doctor Strange because it was the most recent.
sure.
In retrospect, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, well, yeah. You also felt the same way about Ant-Man. Where you came in,
Yeah.
but then when you saw Fantastic Four afterwards, you were like, oh my God, Ant-Man's the best movie ever made.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I kept saying, hey, maybe Suicide Squad will be really good, but I think ultimately I never thought it would be any good. I think I was just trying. I was just thinking positively. I was just trying to engage the secret. I was hoping a good DCEU movie was coming at me.
I've heard good things about The Secret, Mason. I've heard it really works. Mm-hmm. Not in this case.
No,
obviously.
absolutely not. I think Batman Superman, again, because it feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Because we had it cinematically, we had the extended edition, we've done a commentary,
Yeah.
we've talked about it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
But look, and again, I did not care for it. And it's not because I'm a DC hater and a Marvel fanboy, although that's absolutely
Disagree.
true. Yep. It's because I've spent 20 years reading comic books with Batman and Superman teaming up.
Yep.
And they've had decades of potential storylines, and they decided to mash together all the worst ones. And I wanted so badly to have a good one cinematically, but it was so bad.
It wasn't that good, was it?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Very bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't disagree with that, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, yeah, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
But you know what? I remember coming out of Suicide Squad being like, it's fine, right? It's whatever. But I don't want to go back to it because I feel like I'll hate it. So I'm just going to leave that in my mind forever as a movie I kind of enjoyed when I saw it.
Will we have to do a commentary on
Yes. And then the wheels will come off.
Yeah,
or maybe I will really enjoy
it?
it.
Yeah, maybe.
Best movie you haven't seen yet.
Oh, most
The
of them.
BFG.
Arrival.
Yeah, Arrival.
The Arrival.
Sure. Sing Street.
If you say so.
You should see it, Mason.
Okay.
It got my best reboot or whatever I gave it to. I don't know.
Best hair. You gave it best hair.
I did. How about this? Movies they need to stop making.
Transformers.
Yep,
That
didn't
would be
get
in
one this year,
contention.
but sure, yep.
I'm just generally. That's a.
Yep, good.
Uh,
I'm going to say gritty fairy tale reboots. Mm-hmm. Not fairy tale reboots. I think you can do some good stuff there.
Okay, yeah.
But Alice Through the Looking Glasses and
Yep.
whatever. Stop it. Stop making them. No one wants them. Bourne films. Grim spy movies. Give them 10 years off.
Anything with Kevin Hart in it?
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't
Not
care.
Central Intelligence?
I don't care for Kevin Hart.
Take
Not
that,
Ride
Kevin
Along
Hart.
2.
I haven't seen it.
He made $87 million last year.
Did he?
This year, yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't
Good on
it?
him, yeah. Not
nearly-
for me.
It's nearly podcast money.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what else I'm going to say? Comedy movies that are sequels to movies from 20 years ago. So Zoolander 2.
Yep.
Which I still
agreed.
haven't seen. But I don't even think Dumb and Dumber 2 was this year or whatever. But you can't recapture the magic of a decades old comedy.
You might come out with a good movie,
Maybe.
but you're not gonna. There are people out there who cannot let go of that previous movie.
Yep.
Even though it is great, they can't let go.
Yep.
And you will never capture that audience.
No.
So you may as well take the premise that you have and make a new thing.
Make a new thing.
I think if they just made something that was very much like a Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
but didn't call it Ghostbusters.
Like Pixels, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think people would be very excited
I
for it.
completely agree. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I
I still think it was a mistake not to make that a sequel, though. Because that's
Yeah.
not just a comedy. Mm-hmm. But how good would it have been to see all the Ghostbusters return? Even if it's only to kind of pass the torch.
Yeah.
I think it would have gone a long way for new people to come on board.
I'm going to say there should be an end to movies that are... Sometimes they're biopics and sometimes they're not, but it's just people who are real rich assholes and we just watch their life unfold as real assholes and they're just, doing coke off strippers and whatever and living the high life, and then at the end it's like, well, you got 6 months in a minimum security prison. War Dogs is what I'm thinking of specifically.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it, but it's there.
So, a good example of that
Wolf
would be
of Wall
Wolf of Wall
Street.
Street, but you didn't like that.
All those ones.
That wasn't this year.
Yeah.
So, any kind of drug lord where, he's up and about. He's riding high.
It's just a movie about
glorifying assholes.
assholes in excess. But it's like, no, there's a valuable moral lesson in here because after blowing through $1 billion, they had to spend some time in an FBI resort prison or whatever.
That's right.
No.
And they kept a lot of their money in offshore accounts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Often the message is, maybe don't do this, be a nice person. But also, most of the time it comes off as, look how cool this is.
Yeah.
Look at all these bros broing about or whatever.
Yeah.
Great.
Also, good people in generic movies. Bad Moms is I'm looking at you.
I saw that.
Yeah. See,
Fine.
it was fine, exactly. But there are good people in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about worst movie of the year? I didn't see a lot of crap. Like, I see trailers and I'm like, I'm not going to see that.
Right.
So I'm going to give it to Now You See Me Too. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to give it to that.
I thought that movie was fun and real dumb.
Good.
Worst movie of the year.
Something that you walked out of upset. Independence Day you hated.
I was just thinking Independence Day. I want to say Batman, Superman.
But it's not worse than Independence Day.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
it?
No,
Like,
you're
when
right.
you
No,
think about it,
'Cause there's
more
no-
disappointing. Yes.
Yeah, but there's nothing to Independence Day.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. It's just put some action sequences together.
Yep.
Put in a speech from the president.
Wasn't a good speech, was it?
No, not even
Give
as good
him
as
a
the
better
last one.
speech.
Yeah, there's no... Just build it like a video game.
Yeah.
There's a boss in it. Shoot at the shields in the back of the boss.
Yeah.
No good.
And
Nothing
the boss
to that
flies
movie.
out of the thing or whatever.
Yeah, ugh, no good.
Great.
Just a chore, that movie.
All right. Well, let's say best movie. Let's go best movie then.
Okay.
I'm going to say Hunt for the Wilder People.
Okay.
I bloody loved it.
Yeah?
It's an amazing movie.
Yes.
BFG?
No.
Okay. Because it took a lot of gongs this year from
Did
you.
it? Which gongs did it take?
I don't know. Best
Great.
reboot. Best
Yeah,
sequel.
good.
I
All
don't
those
know.
things.
Whatever you said about it.
I think it's Civil War.
Well,
Because
then-
I'm a Marvel fanboy and a DC hater,
That's
obviously.
true. Yeah,
I think it might go to Civil War.
See, I think I like Civil War, but I think in hindsight I liked Star Trek Beyond better.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like Civil War a lot,
Yeah.
but
I think Civil War I've rewatched more times.
yeah, fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't watched Beyond again?
No.
You should.
I should, yeah. You're right.
And maybe that would sway you, but at this point in time, Mason, we've locked it in.
Locked it in forever.
Good work.
It's a good fun time.
It really is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember really enjoying it at the time when I saw
Uh-huh.
it as well. Yeah, maybe they're about the same. Who knows? Regardless, Hunt for the Wilder People is better than both.
Yeah.
Up your butt.
That's right.
Well,
What about best comic book? I know we're talking about movies.
comic book.
Comic book.
Oh God, I have to go through my bloody.
I'm gonna go with. I finally got around to the Vision.
Yeah, it's good.
I think that's excellent.
Anything else? I have to go into my bloody
Okay,
stack
go in
of comic
your
books.
stack, mate.
And by that I mean my phone.
Yeah, fine, good.
Man, if only there was a Netflix of comic books, and then I could
That's
get as
right.
many
This
as
would
I
be so
wanted.
easy.
Bloody hell, mate. So does it have to be something I've read this year that came out this year?
Nah, just whatever you read.
Alright. You know, I really like Nailbiter.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens Defiance is really good at the moment.
Yeah. Look, there was a whole bunch of stuff that I did read and enjoy. The Vision that I finally got to was great.
Yep.
Jughead has been really good.
Yep, cool.
It was originally Chip Zdarsky, and I was like, when the creators switched over to Ryan North, I'm like, is this going to be as good? It's exactly as good.
Okay.
So that's a good one.
What was that one, sorry? Say that again.
Jughead.
Jughead, yep.
It's real good. And a series that I enjoyed the whole way through. It's not finished yet, but did I mention Injection?
I think you
I
mentioned
think I have.
that,
It's
yeah.
Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey, who were the guys who did that, the first run of the reboot of Moon Knight, which was really good.
Yeah.
And Injection is basically the X-Files, except the people who are investigating the weird phenomenon are ultimately responsible for all the weird phenomenon.
Okay, cool.
And so they're trying to fix all the world's coming to pieces, and they're trying to fix everything, and also conceal the fact that it's kind of their fault that it's all happening. It's real good.
That sounds good.
It's a real good series.
I'm going to say Descender as well, which I think
cool.
has been made into a movie.
Nice.
It's about robots attack.
I love robots attacking.
But there's more to it, Mason, than
Oh,
just
yes.
robots attack.
Oh.
Mason, normally we jump straight into the what we're reading, what we're going to read.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's the end of the year and a lot of people do enjoy this segment, I like to bust it out every now and then.
Yes.
It's time for Hate Mail,
It's back!
but the hate has an 8 in it.
Nice.
Where we traditionally read 8 bits of hate mail.
There's always more than
There's
8.
always more. Or less. It's never 8. It's
never 8.
That's
It's
the
never
only
been
thing
8.
that we know for sure. Mm-hmm. So this is where I go through. It's mostly YouTube comments.
Sure, yep.
But it can generally come from anywhere. I think these are all YouTube. They are all YouTube. This is one from a while back. This is from Brody.
These are all towards us, by the way.
Yes, but a lot towards me, some towards both of us.
Great.
But, because YouTube, it's a. The shame about hate mail is that I miss so much of it because I can't read every comment. It's a bloody shame, mate.
Right, isn't it
So
though?
I can't
Yeah.
even say that this is the best. This is just the stuff that I happen to stumble across. Mm-hmm. It's from Brody. You suck. Hawkeye's the coolest character in the Marvel Universe. Iron Man also sucks, almost as much as you. I presume that's from my. I made a video ages ago on who's the best Avenger.
Yep.
And I just dismissed Hawkeye,
yeah.
offhand.
Because it's fun to dismiss Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's right. And he was actually really good in Civil War.
That's right, yeah.
This is on Ghost. I did a Ghostbusters review. And this one just says most
Mistake.
most pointless video on a channel with pointless content.
Look, he's got your number there in a way, so...
This is from our... You remember that episode you did on defunct comic book universes?
Yes.
Where you took us through all these comic book worlds that collapsed in on themselves and they never finished them for whatever reason, or they shunted them off in the parallel dimension, or whoever wrote them died, or whatever.
Yeah, right,
it's a great episode.
Thank you.
This guy doesn't think so.
Oh, no!
Marvel X42 says, wow, if you're going to talk about the new universe, could you at least, know what the fuck you're talking about? Because you got, everything about it almost half right.
That's a pretty good strike rate now that I think about it. So I'm taking it.
You'll take it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, it doesn't exist anymore, so who cares?
Who cares? That's right. Don't know who this one's from. Don't know what this is for, but Ozymandias VV says, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you even watch the movie? Do you even watch the movie?
Look, honestly, sometimes we don't watch the movie.
BFG, perfect example.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't watch the movie.
That's right.
Remember ages ago we talked about the first Captain America film from the 1940s.
Yes.
There's a video on my channel from it. It looks super shit. It changes almost everything about the character. I think the video is actually called Worst Captain America Film.
That got you banned from YouTube briefly, I believe.
No, that was the Easter egg video.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. Dude Perfect Jr. says, this is an insult.
All right, firstly, very high opinion of oneself, but continue.
Says, this is an insult and never make fun of him and never do it again.
And we never did.
That's true.
So...
Except just now.
Yeah, that's true.
I did a video on what if Star Wars Force Awakens is bad, before it came out, and this is all caps. Piss off, watch the movie. But the point of that video was I hadn't seen it.
Yep.
And also to go if it's not good, don't worry about it, because we'll eventually get a good one.
But on the other hand, piss off, watch the movie.
I will.
Right? Mm-hmm.
This one just says, what an illiterate idiot. Directed at
Could
me.
be directed at... could be at either of us, honestly.
This is from Harley Horton. Remember we talked about how in the 90s a whole lot of people bought a lot of issue number ones?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And how they're worthless because every comic book fan bought 10 issues of...
Spider-Man number 1, but there was... Oh, yeah, like an image, like Youngblood number 1.
Yeah.
And they printed 3 million copies,
and exactly, and everybody's got them hermetically sealed forever, so they're not worth anything because there's so many of them. Harley Horton says, if they're worthless, then tell me why Spore number 1 is £60 on eBay and can get more. Reply to me on that, you asswit.
Oh, that's good.
£60 isn't that good.
No, it's really not.
It's okay. I mean, you've made your money back.
For something that's been in storage for... When did Spawn number 1 come out?
At least 20 years.
Yeah. So you've gained... I mean, that's not a bad investment.
No, well, it's not... I guess.
I mean, it is a bad investment. Look, he kind of raises a good point, but also not a good point. If you have to put something in storage for 20 years to gain £59 or whatever
it is, yeah.
Let's
say it was, what would it have gone for then? $3 maybe?
Yeah.
Who knows? This is when I talk about the Jared Leto Joker. Fuck up, it was a good Joker. All right. This is from Kristen Likes Bands. Little. He was the best Joker. This YouTuber is a fucking idiot. He's only in it for the views and subs. You know it, baby.
Not wrong. Yeah, that's right.
Also, subs don't actually mean anything. If people aren't watching the videos, it's irrelevant. The number literally means nothing. Especially because a lot of the time the video doesn't go to the person who subscribed anyway.
You say that, but you do have that little plaque.
Where is that plaque?
I don't know.
I didn't bin it. It's somewhere.
Great.
Yeah.
Spawn number 1 was 1992.
Okay, there you go.
So
24
years. So nearly a quarter of a century. Great. So if you'd purchased 10,000 of them, you'd be in the money, except you'd have 10,000 copies and they wouldn't be worth anything.
You'd have to somehow sell 10,000 copies of Spawn.
Yeah.
Good lord. Second last one, Stephen Meisner said, I turn on ad blocker for YouTubers like this and how cringy and terrible they must extend it for the 10-minute ad mark. Joke's on you. End up getting no ad from me. You got me ad block.
Wow.
I don't mind if people use ad block. It's your prerogative, man. Do what you got to do.
Here's a little. I'm just on Spawn number 1 and I won't leave it.
Sure.
I just want to prove whatever Mr. Perfect wrong. Mint condition. Spawn number 1 value. Mint condition. First printing. Released in 1992. It's worth $60 to $70 in at 9.8, which is the highest grade
Sure,
you can
yeah,
get,
yeah.
basically. But it will cost you $30 to have it certified. That's how it works, baby.
That's how they get you. Those
That's how they
certification
get you, yeah.
guys.
It is one that is unlikely to increase in value in future years because so many were printed. There are likely tens of thousands of these sitting in warehouses. Agreed.
Take that.
Yep.
Last one. This is about how we were talking about Tarkin.
Oh, yeah.
And how we didn't love the CGI Tarkin.
Uh-huh.
You know, here's the irony against Star Wars fans like yourselves. You complain.
Not a Star Wars fan, but
You
continue.
complain about everything. Me, I liked Tarkin. And Leia, hell, I was hoping for Leia. And you're hating on them, but loving Vader? Little do you know that inside that suit was a man you hate. Think about it, then come back to me.
Oh, that guy's so woke. Get his email address. We'll get back to him.
We can do it now.
Yeah. Do you feel he was delivering that straddling a chair backwards, wearing a pair of Ray-Bans? I feel he was. Man, he sure showed us.
Is he saying like Darth Vader's a villain, but we're liking him, but he's a bad guy?
No, I think he's saying that inside him is Hayden Christensen.
But he's not. I don't care who played him in a previous
Right,
movie.
yeah.
It's irrelevant. Anyway, I thought about it,
Pretty good.
and I'm not going to get back to it.
Oh, all right, fine.
That's hate mail, but the hate has an 8 in it, Mason.
We did it.
What a great segment.
Crushing our spirits.
Yeah, man. You know what it's time for then?
Oh, our famous segment.
What we reading?
What we gonna read?
It's so hot in this room, isn't it?
It's a very hot.
Good lord. It's like 1,000
unpleasant.
degrees outside.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What are you reading?
I read the first 3 issues of Doctor Strange, The Punisher, Magic Bullets.
I see.
It's kind of fun.
Is it new?
Yes, it is new.
And it's
so I've mentioned this before. I thought it was Age of Ultron, but it isn't. It was the original Sin crossover, Marvel's original Sin crossover. A whole bunch of Nick Fury gets a whole bunch of heroes. He teams them up in weird ways and he sends them out to do various things.
Okay.
And one team up was Punisher, Doctor Strange, and they go into a weird, crazy dimension. And it's one of my favorite team ups of recent years. And so they're back together in this. And it's fine. It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
At least it's like $2 an issue.
Is the original Sin better?
Oh yeah. That was the original Sin was the Who Killed the Watcher?
Yes.
Mystery.
I have read that.
Yeah, it's real good. This is pretty good. This is now, so in the Marvel universe currently, magic has been erased from the universe. So there's no magic. Magic only exists in artifacts now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Doctor Strange is just more or less a regular guy wielding an axe. And he's collected, he's traveled about and he's collected various trinkets and bits and pieces. And he's kind of, the Punisher has gone after like a mafia crew, and it turns out they're now magic powered and too much for him. So he's come to seek out Doctor Strange, expecting Strange to be the Sorcerer Supreme and kind of, a guy who could just wave his hand and wipe all this out. But now he's just kind of he's just a ground level, like scrapper, like the Punisher now.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's there's not a lot of weight to it. There's no heavy themes or anything like that.
Yeah,
but it's kind of fun.
Okay,
yeah,
sounds good. I'm going to be reading Snow Crash.
Oh, is there a comic book adaptation?
No, I'm just going to read the book.
Oh, the book. I've read the book. It's great.
Because I've heard nothing but good things. I asked for it for my Christmas present. I got a drill bit set from my family.
What?
we do a KK in my family. So I put down, I'm like, I want Snow Crash. And then I got a drill bit set. And I'm like, well, this will go with the drill you gave me last year that I didn't want, which didn't have a drill bit set.
So it's just been sitting in a corner.
Correct.
With no drills.
And
you haven't drilled a single thing.
No.
Have your parents come over and been like, nothing's drilled here?
They have actually, yeah.
You go over to your parents' house and your dad's just drilling in the hall. He's just drilling holes. Like, whoa. Feels good to be a man and drilling some holes in a wall.
Thirsty work, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to have to go and get a copy of Snow Crash before I go away. But I've heard it's amazing.
Great. Oh, here's one more thing.
Yeah.
I just
think if you put down a thing on a KK list,
yes,
why wouldn't you it's not expensive. It's probably way cheaper than a drill bit set.
That being said, I feel that the concept of I think I don't know about this Kris Kringle wish list system you've got going on. Are you the only person that puts in a request?
Everybody puts in a request.
I don't like that at all.
My dad said I want this book and I want Violet Crumbles, and I got him exactly that. Like clockwork, mate.
See, I feel you either buy something for every member of your family, or
well, I did. I still get my parents.
It's a random funny joke thing.
Sure. No, we do that as also.
Because if you're like, listen, if you go like, listen, it's a $20 limit and I want a book and I want some chocolate,
Yeah.
you should just go out and buy that for yourself.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah. So, okay, fair enough.
I think
Look, I will need a drill bit
your
set.
family's a little bit weird. I don't know if I've ever said that to your face or to their faces, but they are.
You've never done a KK list?
No, never.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe your family's weird.
Maybe.
Up your dick, mate.
Oh, damn it. Oh, that was my last thing. So, 3 years ago, my friend Ariel had a podcast. It was called Baking Rad.
Yeah.
And I named it.
Very
name,
good.
Good name,
That's
right?
right. You named this one as well.
Thank you. And it was about baking and just having a chat and eating some food and having a chat,
Yeah.
etc. And I recorded an episode of that. She's from America. She had to move to America. She lost her laptop. It was a real disaster. And that episode never came out.
Yeah.
But she has a new podcast. It's called The Thirst Is Real.
Yeah.
And she found that episode. So I'm on the current episode of that. So it's me from 3 years ago.
my
I
God.
cannot remember what happens in it, but I do very specifically recall saying that I'm going to be starting a podcast called The Weekly Planet, and hopefully it goes well. So
A little blast from the
little
past.
blast from the past. If you want to track that down,
I think I
give
will.
give that a
What's
listen.
it called, sorry?
The Thirst Is Real.
The Thirst
it's
Is
called.
Real.
Yeah. Or you can just search for my name and go through all the podcasts about the guy from Pink Floyd where he's talking about his cars. There's a lot of them, it turns out.
Right.
And just find me and it'll
And
be
you're in one of those.
Yeah. Mhm.
Great. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
man. That's it, I think.
New
yeah.
segment? Next
Yeah,
segment. Not
next
new
segment.
segment. Next
Never
segment.
knew.
Next segment.
The classic one was
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
I've got some letters.
Oh, yeah. Love to hear about them.
Uh,
I mean, I'd love to hear them.
Sure. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. That's how you reach the show. Oh, I didn't take the name of these first two. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I can read the tweet, though. That's how you get to us.
I'm really here just for the names, honestly.
Sorry,
You
I'll
say
make-
the name,
Okay.
and I imagine the rich life they must lead.
I can make up a name.
Yeah, all right. Let's see how we go. And then I tune out when the actual letter is read. But
This is from Pisley Disley. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod.
what Pisley Disley's about?
Best.
Seems British?
Maybe, yeah.
British? Maybe he was in The Who briefly? Maybe he's friends with Nick Mason from Pink
He
Floyd.
probably is.
Pisley Disley.
Pisley Disley.
Ah.
Best Shia LaBeouf movie.
Like he was like a David Bowie kind of character, like
Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust, but he didn't quite
he
get
didn't
the
quite
traction.
get there, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
All right, anyway, best of luck with your Pisley Disley.
Best Shia LaBeouf movie. Quit procrastinating. The Wackatadoos want to know. Best Shia LaBeouf movie.
Oh, what was the one that was basically Rear Window? What was that one
Yeah, that one. I don't know what it is, what it's called, but yeah, I agree.
called? Eagle Eye?
No, that was a different one.
Yeah.
That was about technology. Is it too much?
You're right.
Yeah.
In a way, it was too much. It's even worse now. What the hell?
Yeah, it's that one. I agree.
great. Nice.
Disturbia.
There we go, yes.
Disturbia. Yeah, I hate everything he does and I hate him. So,
Great.
yeah, don't like him. Even if it's a great movie, I don't like him and he ruins everything that he's in. Because he's an artist, but he's not really. He's just a fucking prat, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not a Chris Pratt.
No,
That's a good thing.
he's great.
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. No name. This is from Dirkinson Perkinson. I don't. They have to rhyme for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could mull over that if you want.
Perkinson. See, Dirkinson would suggest he's some sort of adventurer.
Sure.
But Perkinson?
More of a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Look, I think you know what? Maybe it is. He was an adventurer.
Yeah.
You know, but then he got
took his
married.
wife's
took his
name.
wife's name. Yeah, exactly. And so he's out there, like
Yep.
he's doing the dad stuff, and he's doing a great job.
He's
know?
like Paul Walker at the start of the last Fast and Furious.
Exactly, but he's yearning.
For adventure.
Perkinson is yearning for some adventures. Yeah.
Good.
Maybe he's going to get out there again soon.
Good on you,
I think
Dirk.
so.
Yeah. Am I the only one who felt every major release this year was mediocre or terrible?
Yes.
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
Most things have been kind of...
Oh, I meant yes, he was the only one, but
Oh,
it's you
okay.
too.
Yeah, it's both of us.
Okay.
I think there's a kind of... After this kind of Civil War hit, we really... I don't know if you remember, there was a real flat spot in the middle of the year.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and most of those movies we probably haven't talked about because we've forgotten.
Yeah, right.
But it just kind of meandered and then...
But do we always feel like that at the end of the
I
year?
feel like
wonder?
2015 for me was a stronger year.
What was the big thing of 2015?
I don't even remember, but I just remember thinking it was a good year.
I feel there was some flat spots in that. When did Age of Ultron come out? That was 2015.
that was 2015, yeah.
I feel there's some disappointment every year.
Yeah.
Focus on the positive. That's what I say. Stay posy in 2016.
Good on you.
2017.
2017.
2016's happened. Stay positive for the remaining couple of days of 2016.
Good on you, Durkinson Perkinson.
Yeah, good on you, matey. Get out there. Don't think your life's over because you put your kid in a papoose and then leap off some pyramids. You know what I mean? Just believe in yourself.
It's from Caleb Stevens. #Weekly Planet Pod. Favorite holiday movies. My favorite Xmas movie is Arthur Christmas. And my favorite Halloween movie is Trick or Treat. Don't know that.
No.
I have seen Arthur Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's like Santa, but like it's the new age. So there's like a giant sleigh and it's all technology and stuff.
I'm conflicted about Christmas movies because obviously my favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. But
It's Die Hard a Christmas
That's
movie.
exactly because
It's
I'm
Die
also
Hard a Christmas
exactly because I'm sick to death of that. Also, it's just a movie. Well, it's a movie.
It is
There's
set
a
at
Christmas party,
yeah.
and there's a Christmas party, so
Yeah.
I feel it counts.
Yeah.
But also, I'm sick of tired of people going, you know.
This is Die Hard
This is a
Christmas.
first
I'm sure
Christmas.
we've even done
Yeah,
that
I
on
bet
the
we've
show.
done it. Yeah, we've probably done it this year.
But there's always like an article, but it's like surprising movies that are set at Christmas. And it's like every movie Shane Black made. Yeah, we know. We know all these movies set at Christmas. And then it's Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
Exactly. What about Batman Returns?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, shit. I like Love Actually.
I've never seen Love, actually.
Okay. I think you'd hate it now because it's been... So many movies have done that formula.
Right,
since.
exactly,
So I
yeah.
think you'd be like, this is kind of redundant.
I know Bill Nighy's in it.
Yes, he
I
is.
know somebody's the Prime Minister.
Hugh Grant.
I know Alan Rickman is in it.
Correct.
I know somebody has a romance with a woman who doesn't speak English. And the twist is
Colin
the
Firth.
man does speak English.
Yes.
Because if they both didn't speak English...
What, are we watching a foreign film?
Yeah, right? Ugh. Gross.
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. I like Home Alone.
I could never go back to Home Alone. I
Really?
don't think,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. That's fun. I remember last time I watched it, I was like, he nearly killed those men.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he came so close to killing them. It's just that those guys are apparently made of steel and stone,
Right, yeah.
that he didn't crush their heads
Yeah.
to a bloody pulp. Yeah. Do you like the classic ones? Like, you know,
Also, the Home Alone house is it's a very neat house.
Yeah.
You know, that is being maintained by a woman who doesn't notice when one of her children goes missing.
Right.
Like, there's a bit of a divide there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's a fun time, though.
Yeah, great.
Do you like the classics? You know, like It's a Wonderful Life and Elf, I guess, is in there and whatever. Bad Santa. Are they classics? I don't know. People like them. I like Bad Santa.
It's weird because I love Christmas episodes of TV shows, but I don't like dedicated Christmas movies.
All right, then.
Yeah,
I watched the Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie Christmas movie from last year to my dog Fart.
Yeah, so bad. God, you're a monster, dog.
And look at this tennis ball that she chewed up. I'm going to have to bloody sweep that up or get my drill to fix it or something.
Yeah. Scrooged. That's a good one.
Never seen it.
It's good.
I like
Real
the
good.
Muppets Christmas Carol, actually.
yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Do you remember that Muppets Disney animated one? Not Muppets, just the Disney animated Scrooge one.
No.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Okay.
All right, good stuff. So many Christmas good times, isn't it?
Yep. What about The Ref with Dennis Leary?
I haven't seen it.
No, it's no good.
I bet it's no good. Didn't he steal his entire career in Persona from Bill Hicks?
In a way,
Isn't
sure.
Isn't that what they
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's true. Good. Just quickly before we go, Mason, for the year, Mickey and Joshua. No, is it Mickey? I think so. Hope I haven't. Or it's Nikki. Good luck to you both. Because they they got married and now they'll be listening to this as they're on their honeymoon drive. Cans rattling on the back of the road.
That's right.
Just married, sprayed
Cut
in.
those cans off. We don't
Get
want
rid of them.
Don't want them interfering with our beautiful content. How dare you?
It's a bit disrespectful, isn't it?
And it's a little bit
Yeah, but good on you
disrespectful, yeah.
guys. Hope you had a good wedding and hope you're having a good honeymoon.
Absolutely.
Mickey or Nikki. I feel like... 'cause
Where are
they
they going? Cancun.
Baby. Do you know who's going to Vegas next year? Guess
Is it
who's going
you,
to
baby?
You know it, baby.
Going to Vegas,
I've never
baby.
been because I've got a wedding in Hawaii. So I'm saving up for that and then I'll gotta get over there, mate.
Yeah,
There we
nice.
go. That's the show for the year.
What?
Thank you to everybody who listened. It's been we
Yeah.
had really good downloads this year.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who listened this year, told anybody.
Yeah.
Listen to our audio commentaries.
Yeah, you put up with us putting ads on so we can like support
Put up with us
ourselves.
generally.
Just generally, mate.
Everybody who sent
Thank you
in-
for cutting the cans off the back of your car so you can listen
Thank
properly.
you. Just
Yeah.
cutting out. Thank you for cutting out anything in your life that isn't listening to our podcast.
Yeah, man.
Thank you to everybody who sent in some great art.
Yep.
Comic book panels, sent in
Yep.
some great memes. I love memes so much. I
You do love memes.
You love memes.
Yeah.
Ah, Great stuff.
If you've got suggestions for the show for next year, we're definitely
Yeah, if you
open
like,
for that,
we're opening the floor for new topics.
Yep, absolutely.
For episodes, if you've got a fun idea for that,
Definitely.
love to hear about it.
So yeah, look, we want to try and keep it fresh and whatever. So if you have any suggestions, we're more than happy to take them on board. Because this show is not possible without you guys, but more so us because we make it in a way.
In a way, sure.
This show could exist without listeners, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, we really appreciate it. This has freed up my life in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, Mason, my life is slightly more complicated than I led on this show.
Uh-huh.
And it's just given
You're on the run from drug runners.
Correct.
And you have to continuously loop about. You have to every week. You have to keep coming back to record. It's amazing they haven't caught you yet.
I know. I'm very good.
They're
I'm
gonna cut
very
off your
slippery.
thumbs.
Yeah, that's it. So no, I just appreciate the freedom that doing this and the YouTube has given me. So but that's obviously if you don't have an audience, you don't.
Exactly
that's not
right.
a thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. So thank you very much to people, everybody listening.
Yeah, right.
I genuinely appreciate it.
Thanks
and
to
thanks to you, Mason.
Thank you.
Because you're a good co-host of this show. I don't think I ever say that because I don't want you to think that you're any good.
I know, right? It comes through. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody who, told their friends about it.
Yep.
Tweeted at us, tweeted something nice.
Where can people find us, actually?
They can find us on Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Twitter and
Gmail, Bandcamp.
Gmail, Bandcamp.
Yep.
We got all the audio commentaries. If you it's Boxing Day or whatever the American Boxing Day is, you got some time to kill. Throw on one of our audio commentaries for a bad movie.
You know
or
it,
a
mate.
good movie.
Or a good movie.
Thank you to Robert Collins. We mentioned the Weekly
Yep.
Planet.
Oh, there's a new Weekly Planet comic, which is out as
There
well.
is, yes, that's right.
Special appearance of another artist at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
Just leave that there. Who's that is, maybe, yeah.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes. Thank you to all our t-shirt designers, Matt Young and Fergal Quigley. And Golden Legend. All our t-shirts are on tpublic.com.
Linked below, yep.
Yeah. We've got an Amazon affiliate link. If you're buying some Boxing Day gifts for people, I should have said that for Christmas, but we didn't.
You dumbass.
Then just click on the link in our episode description and you just go to regular Amazon, you pay their prices, great prices, we get a kickback somehow.
Yep.
I know how that works.
That's exactly
They're
it.
losing money probably. They'll figure it out and they'll cut us off.
Not yet, though.
Not yet though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's everything.
I think that's everything, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing and telling people.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. So we're not back.
We'll see you on around the 16th.
Best of next week?
Maybe, but next
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Hey,
whenever Fergal Quigley wants to.
Yeah, look, so we
put it
might be
together.
taking a couple of weeks off.
We are
next
taking a couple of
week,
weeks off.
in the new year, if you somehow haven't been sick of us through 2016, if you want to kick it off in 2017, just letting you know, in the New Year's I'm making a guest appearance on another show, and let me tell you, I was a real dum-dum for agreeing to be on it.
Oh, no.
Little Dum Dum Club. On the Little Dum Dum Club
Not
on the
familiar.
first episode of 2017.
Not familiar with
so
it.
maybe hit the subscribe button on their podcast.
Don't know it, sorry.
Let them know. Yeah,
No, it's
all right.
good.
Yeah.
Is it just you?
It's me and comedian Harley Breen.
Oh, cool. I know him.
And let me tell you, I get wrecked for an hour. So if people are into that...
I'm into that.
Yeah, I bet.
What about specifically?
Just what I do for a living and my life, you know? You've heard that show. Anyway.
I have, yeah. That's what the show is.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Do this that you gotta do.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta say the catchphrase.
Grab that gem, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All that. Have a safe holidays.
Bye.
Bye.